TRTV Sports presents the local college football game of the week. This afternoon, city rivals clash as the Lane College Dragons battle the Lambuth Eagles. Now let's go to the field for some pregame comments. Here's Jimmy Duke.
Thank you, Tom. And for the first time this season, we say good afternoon instead of good evening. And for the first time this year, we welcome you to LL Fonville Field for this weekend's game between the Dragons of Lane College and the Eagles of Lambuth College. High Sailors and Tom Mapes will be along in a minute or so to give you a rundown of what both of these teams look like. But in the meantime, all we can tell you right now is that there is one win between these two teams this year, and one of them would like to walk home with another one before this day is over with. That one win belongs to Lane College right now. They come in 1-2-1, Lambuth at 0-4. So we'll take a break right now and hear from our sponsor, Popeyes, and then be back with Tom and High and take a look at both teams.
In taste tests across America, people preferred Popeye's fried chicken over Church's. Found it had more flavor than Kentucky Fried Extra Crispy and longer lasting flavor than Kentucky Fried Original Recipe. Try your own taste test.
Try your own taste test at both locations in Jackson, South Royal and Jackson Plaza. Popeye's delicious taste wins every time.
Back at Lambuth College, Jimmy Duke, Tom Mapes, and High Sailors on the scene just before the game between the Lambuth Eagles and the Dragons of Lane College. And let's take a look at the crosstown visiting team, the Lane College Dragons. 1-2-1 coming in, Tom. What do they look like?
Exactly, Jim. Neil McCall says they're very young. They only have like 5 seniors. They have an open-up offense. He says, we throw the ball a lot. Last week, 43 times against Morehouse. He said, we got 2 good quarterbacks and 5 good receivers, and look out. On defense, they have a 4-man front, pass rush a lot because they expect Lambuth's going to throw a lot because last year, Lambuth ran the game against them quite a bit. I said, what are you worried about this? He said, well, they're fired up, they got a good attitude, and they want to win. Certainly they do that. He said, expect more scoring than last year. Last year, they only had 20 snaps from center, and he thinks it's going to be an exciting, wide-open game. And on a day like today, if they throw the ball 40 to 50 times, we might be here till sundown.
Well, it'd be a good day to stay out late. What the heck? A little breeze blowing, a gorgeous blue sky around us, about 70, 72 degrees as we get ready to start this game. And on the other side of the football, they're in blue and white, the Lambuth Eagles. What do you know about them this year, High?
Well, after finding out that Lane's got 2 good quarterbacks and all those good receivers, we might as well go home. I know Lambuth is 0-4. This is their 3rd year, but they got a new first-year coach, Jim Hardigree. They've got an experienced quarterback in Brad Garner and an experienced running back in Kenny Haggard. But they've got an inexperienced line, Jim, and it's been a disappointing season for them so far. Over the 3 years, they've only won 2 ball games, and it depends on how this inexperienced line holds up today. And from what Tom's giving us, who knows?
Well, it should be interesting, if nothing else. It was a great game at Rothrock last year, a night game that we covered for you here on TRTV. It turned out to be a pretty close game, with Lambuth having a couple of shots to win it late, but unable to do so. Just about ready to start. You stay with us. Glad to have you along on TRTV. The Eagles and the Dragons coming up.
Family fun is always a tradition at Village Inn.
Whether it's for lunch or dinner, there's always something new at Village Inn.
I come to Village Inn for good food at reasonable prices with a very innovative menu.
Bring the family to Village Inn for pizza with 100% real dairy cheese, great new sandwiches, and a super sundae bar for dessert.
For 2 decades, Village Inn has been Jackson's family pizza parlor.
Village Inn Pizza Parlor, Jackson.
At Computerland, we offer you much more. Our salespeople are professionals who are trained to help you with your need and then select the appropriate system. Understanding your need is the major strength of Computerland salespeople, who can then select from the strength of Apple, Compaq, and IBM. Come in and visit with our sales team at Computerland. More and more people and businesses have found the Computerland difference is that we serve you.
It's Dairy Queen, an American original, with the home-style double burger with cheese. 2 thick, juicy home-style patties with melted cheese. It looks, cooks, and tastes like homemade. Then try the Dairy Queen Blizzard flavor treat. So thick you gotta spoon it up. Have one blended with a candy bar, cookies, fruit, or nuts. The Blizzard at Dairy Queen, an American original.
We treat you right. Circle Ford Lincoln Mercury.
Mr. Roach, why don't you tell us about your experience with Golden Circle Ford Lincoln Mercury?
Well, I took a test drive in '83 and I liked it so well I waited for the '86 and I got the '87 first one out. And I'm waiting on the '88.
Golden Circle Ford Lincoln Mercury, 317 Airways Boulevard, Jackson.
And we are indeed up and rolling at Lambuth College, just about ready for the kickoff here at LL Fonville Field. The Eagles and the Dragons. High Sailors, Tom Mapes at field level. I'm Jimmy Duke. Mike Singleton doing double duty with us up here today. Mike is piped into the headset system, not only taking care of the numbers, but trying to help me spot a few players out there on the field. You see the captains as they shake hands and head for their respective huddles. Lambuth Eagles on the near side, the Lane College Dragons under Coach Neil McCall on the far side of the field. And we're just about ready. Any comments from field level before we get started, Tom, as I caught you with your Coke in your hand?
Yes, I'm sampling these igloo chests here to see what the players will be drinking on the Lambuth side, and it is good, cold ice water.
Ooh, sounds good. Pipe a little up here before the day's over with.
It's real.
Should be a good one. As I indicated in the pregame show, we picked up this game last year, a Lane College home game from Rothrock. And we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's give you the offensive starting line for the Lambuth Eagles. At center will be Alan Blankenship. The guards are Tregoning, the veteran senior, and Scott Aiken. The tackles are Roger Bolin and Mason Leonard. The offensive backs and receivers for the Eagles today, Brad Garner, the left-hander, will be at quarterback. Fred Edwards, a freshman, at fullback. Kenny Haggard, the veteran running back. And Keith Nance will be the flanker. The split end is Rick Farley, and the tight end is Richie Pinkston. That's the way the Eagles will line up. There you see the offensive line, the down linemen, Tim Williamson, Mark Hazard, Ralph Cockrell, and Jimmy Bryant. And that's the Eagles starting 22. Defensive backs on for the Eagles, Hal Goldberg is 53. His brother, Stuart Goldberg, 92. And Scott Jones are the linebackers. Charles Jones, Leo Dorest, not Dorset, are the corners. Jeff Branham and Eddie Lee Herndon are your safeties. Strong safety and free safety in that order. For Lane College and the Dragons as they line it up, that is the offensive unit up on the screen for you. The quarterback is James Sewell, number 14. The fullback is Jody Chambers. Harold Person is the wingback. Reginald Hughes, that's the man we've got to watch today. Number 3 is the tailback. The split end and tight end, Michael Bland and Darrell Matthews in that order. The offensive line, Trevor Emery is the center. The guards are Gene Robinson and Arik Dale. And the tackles, Steve Collins and Wendell Hilliard. Defensively, the Lane Dragons will look like this. The defensive backs, the linebackers are John Carpton, Leon Jackson, and Jeffrey Boyle. The corners are Rodney Easley and Ed Winder, and the safeties are William Brown and Avery Carr. So that's the way both teams stack up. That's the way they'll line up when they hit the field. There, the down linemen, the defensive linemen for Lane College. The ends are George Jones and Darrell Walker, and the tackles Corey Bush and Carvey White.
Team's about ready to come through the paper banner down here, Jimmy. They've trying to avoid a delay of game start since we are late already.
Right. Lane will have the football first as they will receive the pregame toss you saw on your screen a little earlier. They will receive and defend the north goal and will be moving from north to south. Lambuth will kick it off from the other direction, obviously.
Hey,
here they come.
Lane sends out 6 captains to do the toss. Lambuth 3, is that intimidation?
I don't think so. 6-3, they can come back from that in about 2 innings. All they got to do is squeeze and steal a little bit. What can I tell you?
By the way, this is the Milan High School marching band that you're seeing, and you'll see them more at halftime. Right now, the Eagles are on the field, bursting through the banner, Burn the Dragons.
Okay, Tom, not very far from kickoff time as you see the Lambuth Eagles coming to huddle on the near side, and head coach Jim Hardigree follows the pack out. And Lambuth will try to do something about that 0-4 record. They'd like to leave here today with 1 in the W column. And we'll pause now for the Star Spangled Banner. for the festivities here at Lambuth College, and we're just about ready to go with our first college football game of the year here on TRTV. Tom's not going to be hard to find down there today. Red among all the blue and white shirts on the Lambuth side, as Coach Hardigree is huddling down there with the kickoff team. Lane College Dragons huddling at the midfield stripe, getting ready to receive. And
Jim, how do you feel heading into it? When we get by this kickoff, I think we'll have a chance.
You expect Lane to throw the ball a lot, Jim?
I do. I look for that early.
That's the word from Jim Hardigree. Look for him to throw and try to get through the opening kickoff without getting something bad on the wrong side of the column, I guess, huh, Tom?
He's pretty funny guy. Feet on the ground.
Tell you what, Tom, we've done several games from Lambuth over the 3 years. This is being the third year of the program, and we're always received very, very well over here, and the coaching staff and all the folks at Lambuth always make us feel at home, and we appreciate that more than we can tell them.
Yes, I've had some famous interviews over here.
Yes, indeed. And probably will before the day's over with any luck at all.
Unless he gets laryngitis.
Lambuth tees it up at the 35-yard line, and we're just about ready for action, about 2 or 3 minutes late on the start, but nothing to write home about. And it's a low driving kick going to come down and go through Reginald Hughes and bound into the end zone. I don't believe he touched it. He picks it up now and drops to one knee, and that is the case. And Lane will have the football 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line as they started offensively. And Coach Hardigree got his wish, Tom. He made it through the kickoff.
So far, so good. Watch the bombs now.
As we said earlier, a gorgeous day for football here at Lambuth College. Not a cloud in the sky to speak of, about 70 to 72 degrees and very little wind. So, Tom, if they're going to throw a lot and high, if they're going to throw, that's probably in Lane's favor at this point with not a lot of swirling, blowing winds to contend with.
The big problem is, can the receivers see it with the sun in the eye?
That's entirely true. The Lane sets them first time up. Receiver to the near side is Harold Person, number 40. Michael Bland, number 83, to the far side. Sewell looks to throw. First thing out of the hat. Throws his receiver well overthrown and incomplete at about the 40-yard line. Intended receiver, number 80, the tight end, Darrell Matthews, a 6'2", 210-pounder out of Holly Springs, Mississippi.
Well, you can keep up with those passes. You'll have a bunch of them all day. Most coaches like to come out and establish the running game to make the passing game effective, but not Neal. He threw on the first one.
2nd down and 10, just underway at Lambuth College. They send another wide receiver to the near side. That's Tony Fox, number 1 this time. Michael Bland, far side of the field. Split backs in the backfield. Sewell counts him down. Straight drop. Got time. Steps up. Throws incomplete. His intended receiver, the fullback, Jody Chambers, a 6', 220-pounder from Memphis, Tennessee. And that one goes incomplete also. Protection started to break down a little bit there, High, just as he unloaded the football.
Well, Mr. Cockrell had his hands all over the quarterback. That's why it wasn't complete. One of the reasons.
It'll be 3rd down and 10 now as they've thrown twice unsuccessfully, 0 for 2. Again, they send Michael Bland, 83, split wide to the far side of the field. Nobody split wide over here. 2 backs in the backfield again, and the tight end in close. Snap, straight drop. Sewell looks to throw, gets a little pressure now, rolls to the near side, points at his receivers, and now is hit and shakes one tackle, hit again, and now knocked down as he crossed the 35 out to about the 36-yard line. Cockrell up to make the final hit for the Eagles of Lambuth College.
26.
And 55, Mark Hazard limps away from that fracas, and hopefully he is not going to be injured badly. They have a couple of kids, Tom, that are not playing today for Lambuth College that are injured. Darrell Wyke is out with a knee injury. Craig Dunn is trying to recover from a shoulder problem. And Mike Overby, who played some quarterback for him last year, is recovering from a knee problem and is available but not likely, I'm told.
Well, the Eagles should get the ball in pretty good field position after holding them to 7 yards in that rush.
Gain of 7, 4th and 3. Big rush, block the punt. And now followed on finally, I believe Lane's going to have the ball back as Lambuth fell on it and squirted loose. I don't know whether they had possession or no. They did not have possession.
It was Lambuth's ball regardless, Jimmy. It was 4th down.
That is correct, Tom. Absolutely correct. Tim Williamson, number 14, blew through there and took the ball right off his toe. And Lambuth has what I would call pretty good field position.
Who got the block, Jimmy?
That was Williamson, number 14, Tom.
can't get much closer than the 3rd-yard line on first down.
Not
time you got
bad.
the ball. That's not bad.
So Lambuth with a shot early here. 1st and goal from their own 3-yard line. Brad Garner sets the offense. Garner, number 12, the left-hander from Dyer, Tennessee. Motion now. Give is over the right side. Bangs it in and close. Touchdown, Lambuth College. That was the fullback, the freshman, Fred Edwards, number 33. Took the handoff, nothing fancy, right across the right side of the line, huh?
Well, I don't.
Let's take a look at it again. There it is. Good hole on the right side. He just walked right on through there.
Well, Jim Hardegree says he's got a new offense. I don't think we've seen it yet, but
No.
he's 6 up early in the game.
You can't beat that.
Break.
You can't beat that. You've got to convert when you got the chance. And
Or
they,
is that
they
his
did
plan?
that. Maybe. That may be the game plan. Lambuth now to try the point after. Snap is bobbled. It finally gets it down. It's up. It is through and good. So with the score, Lambuth 7, Lane College nothing. We'll take a commercial break and return to Lambuth College.
We're at Liberty's Supermarket in Hamilton Hills tonight talking to different customers about why they enjoy shopping at Liberty.
I love the new store. I do. The bakery, and my children love the free samples.
Well, I really like it since they've remodeled. I just really do. The prices are good and it's nice and clean. That's what I like.
Remember, Liberty's got it all. Quality, service, price, variety, and people who care.
For over 50 years, it has stood at the corner of Main Street and Shannon, serving the people of Jackson. Baker's Drugstore has a long tradition of service and continues this dedication with free citywide delivery and store hours from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. In the tradition of full service for you, we offer a variety of sundry and everyday necessities for you and your family. Depend on Baker's Drugstore. It's as close as your phone. Back at Lambuth College, the score is 7 for the Eagles, nothing for the Lane College Dragons as the Eagles blocked the punt and took it in the end zone on the first play from scrimmage. The PAT was converted by Hal Goldberg, and there we stand 7-0. Goldberg will kick it off. 3 men deep for the Dragons of Lane College. Another low driver picked up this time by Reginald Hughes at the 15. Looks for running room up the middle. He's a speed burner. Finds some room and bangs it in out toward the 45-yard line, and they'll mark it probably around the 44-yard line. And we'll see Brown up to make the tackle for the Eagles of Lambuth College. And pretty good field position to start with for the Lane College Dragons this time.
Well, not bad, Jim. Who said that they'd rather be lucky than good? Was that Yogi Berra?
I think it was you.
Or was that John Tucker?
Maybe John Tucker.
And Lambuth certainly has been lucky so far in this game.
Well, they'll take it. They'll take the 7 points and be happy with it at this point. I'm sure they'd like to have a few more. Harold Person, number 40, the wingback, comes wide to the right side. Stacked him in the backfield now. Pitch back on the option. That's Hughes, the speedy one. Cuts back and is ridden down. Good pursuit over there by the Lambuth College Eagle as he tried to turn it back up. Leo Dorest, the sophomore, 6'2", 200-pounder from Louisiana.
Jimmy, I have Fred Edwards with me who scored the touchdown. Fred, tell me about the play. Who did the good blocking for you?
All to my fine line. I got down there, I got Philip Trigoni, all Mason Leonard, and all them on the line. You
surprised to be leading early?
I knew we could do it. We've been practicing. We had 3 perfect days to practice with.
All right, Fred, way to go. Jimmy?
Loss of about, if I can see the sticks over there, none. Now they're going to mark it at the line of scrimmage. He got back about where he started from as we try to fight off some yellow hornets or yellow
There was a flag
jackets.
on the play, and I believe it's against Lane College.
Looks like it's going to be as they're talking it over with Lambuth as the 747 Wasps come blowing by us up here again.
Fred was not surprised. He said they had a good week's practice and didn't surprise him if they jumped out in front, Jimmy.
That's good to hear.
Oh,
if
no,
you're
you
a Lambuth
always
College
plan
fan.
to win.
Talking to Coach McCall the other day over at Lane College, they too are fired up for this football game and don't count them out of it this early in any kind of contest because they are an explosive type offense. They threw, what did you tell me, Tom, 44 times last week?
43 against Morehouse.
And they do have speed in the backfield. Reginald Hughes normally takes care of those chores back there for him. He's number 3, lined up at the tailback slot. Sewell looks to throw, looks on the far side, got a man open and incomplete there, and no flags fly. That will be down, and it'll be 2nd and 25. The intended receiver out there was Michael Bland, the split end, and it falls incomplete. And Sewell, if I'm right, Mike, has yet to complete one this afternoon. Is that correct? That is correct. The Mike I refer to, of course, Mike Singleton, owner, operator, janitor, and all-around good guy from the trophy case over on Hollywood Drive. This time they send Michael Bland to the near side. It's Tony Fox, number 1, split far to the left. Motion now from Hughes in the backfield. Sewell counts him down, fakes it into the line, throws to the man out in the flats, hit and knocked down as he crossed the 30 to the 31-yard line. Charles Jones, number 46, in on the tackle with a host of blue and white shirts. And that's what they need to do, Tom, and they need to gang tackle these guys as much as possible. With the speed that they've got, they need a lot of people in the area.
Yeah, they can't let them get outside on them, and Lambuth seems to be fired up right now.
They're playing with a great deal of emotion. I think nothing like that first touchdown to give them some confidence.
That'll do it every time. Gain of 3 on the play, make it 3rd down and 22. Ball resting just about the 32-yard line. Lane College in their own territory. Tony Fox comes to the near side this time as they send Bland to the far side to split in. Same alignment in the backfield. Sewell looks to throw. Pressure now, drops the football and falls on it, and he has fallen on, and it'll be another loss. Ralph Cockrell, number 71, the freshman from Jackson, back there to fall on Mr. Sewell, and the ball might look looked like it just slipped right out of his hand.
Yeah, it did, Jim. But, you know, Lane has attempted to throw the ball on every play that they've had.
Except for one. Right. Except for one, maybe. This time, big rush, kick comes straight up in the air. It's going to hit and take a Lane bounce, and now bound out of bounds at the 45-yard line of Lane College. And once again, Lambuth, the recipient of excellent field position.
I'm going to try to get Tim Williamson again. I had him, but we had a commercial break. Let me see if I can pick him up. He had the big fumble recovery.
Lambuth will go to work from their own 45-yard line while Tom tries to seek out number 14 for us down there. Referees blow the whistle and say, let's get on with the program. Brad Garner sets the quarterbacks. It's Haggard and Edwards in the backfield. Rick Farley to the near side. Fake give to Haggard, hit at the line of scrimmage and falls forward for maybe a half a yard maybe, and flag has flown from the far side of the field. John Carpton up to hit him first, number 88, the linebacker from Leland, Mississippi. Indication is it's going to be against Lane College, their second penalty of the afternoon. The first one, a major one, cost them 15 yards. The officials talk it over with Brad Garner. They will accept it and move it forward 5 yards. Offsides against Lane College.
Lane has definitely hurt himself so far this ball.
So Lambuth College, again, the recipient on the good end of a penalty. This one going against the Lane College Dragons. 1st and 5 now from the 40-yard line. Garner sets them, same alignment. And there's people jumping everywhere. The ball lays on the ground. But whistles and flags before that happened.
Jimmy, I've got Tim Williamson with me. Tim, tell me about the big block punt that's certainly been the key play of this game so far.
Well, we watched them in the film, and it just seemed like they just had too many big alleys to run through. And we watched and went over it. And I just happened to be in an alley that nobody touched me. I was wide open, non-touched.
You picked up the ball. Would you fall on it yourself, or did you just block it?
I blocked it, and I kicked it somewhere. I don't know where it went.
How important is it to get out early like this with a 7-0 lead?
Just like last year, you know, they're down because we played them a real good game last year. If we just get out on top, they're going to lay down. It'll be all ours.
Thanks, Tim. Very good. Tim Williamson.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Tim. And another 5-yarder against the Dragons of Lane College gives the Eagles 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line as they're marching toward the north goal line. They lead it 7-0. Motion again this time, the give. That's Edwards over the left side, and he is ganged as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Let's see where they mark his progress. Maybe a gain of a yard or so. Mark at the 34-yard line. Call it 2nd down and 9. Avery Carr up to make the hit on him originally, and then several other guys joined in for the Lane College Dragons. 2nd down and 9 now as the Eagles go for it. That was Fred Edwards again, the freshman, with the carry. Edwards, the fullback. Garner counts him down. Little problem coming away from center. Fakes it into the middle line. Going to throw. Got a man wide open out there at the 5. Off his fingertips. That was Rick Farley, the freshman split end, and he had at least 3 steps on his nearest defender out there, and Garner just put it a little bit too far. Good drop, good protection.
Wide open. He needs some sure grip.
Just off the end of the fingertips. Nice throw, almost a great catch down there. And again, let's give some credit to that front line of Lambuth College, giving Garner time to throw, which we weren't sure about in the pregame show.
He definitely had time on that one, and I believe that's Lambuth's first pass.
Chris Nash comes to the near side. Wide receiver split to the far side. Again, it's Haggard and Edwards in the backfield. Garner counts them down. That's Edwards hit and ridden down before he could get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play. Bush up to make the tackle for Lane College.
Tim, all year, Lambuth has been more of a ball control type offense, and I thought they were going to try something different on that series of downs. It seems like they were going back to ball control.
Lambuth to punt, their first one of the day. It's a good high spiral coming down at about the 10-yard line. Takes a lateral bounce now, and now takes a lane bounce. Fallen on and downed right there by the Eagles.
This will be the 3rd possession for Lane. All of them have been poor field possessions.
Stan Wooten, number 20, down the ball for the Eagles. And as you indicated, Tom, put the Dragons back in their own end of the field once again.
Other than a 7-yard gain on a 3rd down in the first series, I don't know if they have any offensive yards.
Stan, a 3-yard pass, I'm told, by Mike Singleton. So a total yardage so far for the Dragons of only 10. 7 on the ground and 3 in the air.
I didn't expect that, did you?
Not at all.
They got to be minus yardage, don't they?
James Sewell, number 14, the quarterback for the Lane College Dragons, sets his offense. Give this time Mr. Reginald Hughes, and he is met and dropped, maybe a gain of 1 as he tried the left side of the line. Bryant up to make the tackle. Number 64, he's a freshman, 6'1", 205-pounder from Smyrna, Tennessee. 9 minutes and 17 seconds. We're in the first quarter of play from Lambuth College. The Eagles lead it 7-0. Glad to have you along with us here on TRTV. Our first look at the Eagles and the Dragons, as a matter of fact, for this year. This time they send 2 receivers to the near side. Wide receiver to the far side is the tight end, Matthews. Going to go up the middle. That's Tony Fox in the seam. Got some room to ramble. 40 and being converged upon now and knocked down at the 30-yard line, and a good pass and run from the young man, Tony Fox. Charles Jones finally got on his horse and rode him to the ground as he crossed the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Let's take a look at it. Sewell, straight drop. There you see Fox coming across the middle. And he just absolutely outruns 3 or 4 players right here. And Jones finally got the angle on him and knocked him out at the 29-yard line. And that's more like what we expected from the Lane College Dragons. 56-yard pass and run. That was Sewell to Tony Fox.
Good looking play.
You've been standing here knowing that was going to happen in a second, didn't you?
And now we know for sure.
It brought the Lane fans to their feet. They had something to cheer about finally.
1st and 10 now. The Dragons in Lambuth territory, their best position all day. Sewell again drops, looks, pressure this time, rooms him out of the pocket, and now throws incomplete. That initial pressure in there was 55, Mark Hazard. Coming from his down lineman position. Mark's a name we've heard a lot over the years here at Lambuth College. He's a junior this year. 5'9", 195-pounder from Oceanside, California. It'll be 2nd down and 10 as Sewell had to dump that one out there or face the consequences. It went incomplete.
Well, he had a receiver in the clear, Jim. He couldn't get to him with the pressure on him.
Ball still marked at the 29-yard line, Lambuth's 29-yard line. As we said, best field position of the day for the Dragons of Lane College as they send Harold Person to the near side. And it appears to be Michael Bland split wide to the far side of the field. Hard to pick up a number sometimes with the glare of the sun. They're going to give it this time. That's Reginald Hughes. Tries to cut it out. Lambuth strings him out, and now Williamson puts a shoulder in him and rides him out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the play. And that's the guy they don't want to get outside, High.
That's for sure.
There's the young man. You see him coming back to the huddle.
With a fine set of wheels.
5'7", 160-pounder from Greenville, Mississippi.
Who can motor.
He can motor, in fact. Checking out of the ball game for Lane now is Harold Person, number 40. This time they bring 83. That's Michael Bland to the near side. Darrell Matthews far to the wide side. And they stick Tony Fox, number 1, in the slot right. He's the one that had the 56-yard pass reception a couple of minutes ago to put him down here. 3rd down and 6. Sewell, straight drop, looking for his man, and incomplete. Looks like a little mix-up in the pattern over there as Mike Singleton calls it in the headset. That was Darrell Matthews, the intended receiver. He was going one way, Sewell threw it the other. It goes incomplete, and 4th down and 6 will be the situation from the 25-yard line of Lambuth College. And this would be a big boost for the Eagles if they could rise up and stop the Dragons right here. 4th down and 6, going to go for it. This time they send Matthews to the far side of the field. It's Person to the near side along with Hughes. Sewell looks to throw. Got to move out of the pocket now. Pressure, hit, shakes one tackle, now hit, dumps it out to Hughes. He's got it and rambles inside the 10-yard line. And that was a broken play that turned out awfully well for the Dragons. Good pressure by Ralph Cockrell that time. Take a look at it, High. Sewell dropped straight back.
Here's Cockrell right here putting the pressure on him. Right here.
Right there.
He just dumped it off.
And that was a good
does the rest.
Good heady play by the quarterback as he was looking for anything and he found it.
Brings back that old statement, you'd rather be lucky than good.
That's
that was
true.
luck.
That's true, but it counts.
Jimmy, while we're down on this end of the field, we'll pick up the Lambuth cheerleaders in just a second here. As soon as this play's over, if we're still down here, we'll get them.
Looks like from here it's marked right at the 10-yard line. 1st down there for the Dragons of Lane College. And the Eagles come blowing across the line, and Stuart Goldberg got a piece of somebody in there, and he's a little hot about it. Goldberg saw some movement, and that to a defensive lineman, High, is the green light.
We call that clobber time.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, let's pick them up. Who are the Lambuth cheerleaders?
I'm Kim Ratcliffe.
Where are you from, Kim?
Stuttgart, Arkansas. I'm Jenny Harrison from Jackson, Tennessee.
Vicki Faisal from Memphis.
Missy Allensworth from Clarksville. I'm Jennifer Lovelace from Brownsville. I'm April Smith from Memphis.
And we'll pick up the Eagle mascot in a minute, but give us a good cheer right quick when we got a penalty out there, all right?
Okay, we're trying to pick up the situation as you hear the Lambuth Eagle cheerleaders on the sidelines. There is a penalty flag down. They're discussing it with Lambuth now.
All right. Excellent.
Now the officials have indicated a penalty against Lane College. We have two penalties, one against Lane College, which will be marked back 5 yards against Lane. Now they will mark off the one against the Eagles, which is going to be, I believe, personal foul. It'll be half the distance to the goal, and that finally worked out all the mathematics on that. And Jim Hardigree, you see down on the sideline, trying to figure out what exactly is going on.
What it is 1st and goal from the 7.
They call it officially High on the scoreboard, the 6. It looks more like the 7 to me from up here, too, so we'll say the 7. So after the penalties are assessed on both teams, it'll be 1st down and goal for the Dragons from the 6-yard line as Lambuth will stack it up in there. Michael Bland, 83, is the only receiver out wide. Slot to the far side is Tony Fox. Sewell to throw, overthrows his man. The intended receiver in the end zone, Darrell Matthews, the tight end. He came across from the right side and was overthrown about 2 yards, and that one goes incomplete. 2nd and goal.
Lane's receivers, Jim, are getting open. Sewell's just not getting the ball to him.
Checking out of the ball game now for Lambuth, the free safety, Eddie Lee Herndon. 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line as the Dragons have the football deep in Lambuth territory. Lambuth leads it as of now 7-0 as they took advantage of a blocked punt and stuck it in the end zone early here in the 1st quarter. 7:16, clock is stopped with all the gyrations on the field and the incomplete pass. 2 receivers now split to the far side. It is Michael Bland to the near side. Motion from Fox, he throws, got a man and incomplete off his face mask. the intended receiver, Darrell Matthews, number 80, and that time he got the ball there high and it goes incomplete.
Well, it did, but Matthews was past the end line. It wouldn't have been good anyway.
There's a flag on the play. It appeared that there were 2 men in motion in the Lane backfield. We'll see if that's going to be the call.
And Coach Hardigree's pretty upset down here too, Jimmy, about the fact that they're picking in that same area over there, that defensive corner.
Well, that's something they're going to have to adjust to, because if they found a weakness, that's exactly where they're going to go. They've gone there twice in a row now, and both have been incomplete. That's Lane's 5th penalty. 30 yards total.
Hardigree's expecting a reverse. He's told his team to be on guard for a reverse here.
2nd down, and let's see if we can figure out where we're marked at. About the 6-yard line. Tom, am I right? It's hard to tell from up here. It's back at about the 8. 7:10 on the clock. Lane with the football is 3rd down now. Sewell, straight drop, looks to throw, throws over the middle. Good coverage in there by Lambuth College, and it falls incomplete.
Would you go for the field goal or just try to go ahead and get the touchdown?
I believe I'd put some points on the board were it me, but I don't know what how competent their kicker is. Stuart
Not
Goldberg.
much more than an extra point, Jimmy. You're only about, what, 5 yards deeper than an extra point.
That's true. Damon Bradford, number 43, along with 92, Stuart Goldberg on the defensive that time for Lambuth College. And again, it's incomplete. Sewell unable to connect down close.
They'll go for it.
They are going to go for it. We've got a change at the quarterback. Steve Jefferson steps in at the quarterback slot now as Sewell comes out. Jefferson a little taller, looks to throw. Williamson's got him, shakes loose now. He's in big trouble, looking to throw. Ball's on the ground, and Lambuth has the football. So a new quarterback comes into the ball game for Lane College, and he is forced out of the pocket and forced to cough it up. There you see it. Tim Williamson got a hold of him there. He shook loose, and Tim kept him corralled until he finally got hit, and I believe that was Mark Hazard, number 55, who applied the coup de grace, as they say.
Well, no big deal there. It was going to be Lambuth's ball anyway.
True.
It was 4th down.
But the field position is much better from here than it would have been had they converted down there, had not converted down there. Lambuth back with the football now as Lane unable to put any points on the board. 6:57 and clock now running. Give is over the left side. That's Edwards, and he's got nothing but white shirts over there, and they wrap him up pretty quick. May have lost a yard on the play. We'll see where they mark it officially.
Lambuth hasn't shown us much on the ground at all, have they?
Not really, not really.
Well, if their game plan is to run up the middle of that line, so far they haven't been able to do it, have they?
Not at all.
Give you an idea, Tom, that front line of Lane College, Jones is 205, Walker is 253, Bush is 240, and Carvey White is 270.
Strong.
That's a lot of meat up front for the Lane College Dragons. 2nd down and 10, no gain on the play. Garner sets him. Drops, looks to throw, got time, now some pressure, throws it out there. Got a man off his fingertips, maybe one step too far. The intended receiver, the tight end, Richie Pinkston out of Franklin, Tennessee, a 6'2", 180-pound junior, and it goes incomplete. We'll go to 3rd down and 10.
In college today, they don't classify their lines by weight. They use tons.
Metric, they have metric tons.
3-ton line.
So in that case, Lane's probably got a boxcar load. Clock is stopped on the incomplete pass. We're still in the first quarter of play here from Lambuth College. 7-0. The Eagles lead it. 3rd and 10. Garner to throw again. Got some pressure now. Throws it out there and almost caught, but juggled incomplete. The intended receiver, Keith Nance, the flanker, number 88, and it falls incomplete, and Lambuth will have to air one out. Kevin Ward, number 13, will come in to do the punting chores for the Eagles.
You know, both teams have men in the open, and the receivers are just not picking the ball up.
Back deep in single punt coverage for Lane College is number 3, Reginald Hughes. It's a low spiraling driver, hits at the 40, takes a Lambuth bounce. Hughes now picks it up, cuts back across to the far side. Got a block there, flags fly over here, and Hughes is still rambling. He is quick and finally dives under a would-be tackler, the punter himself, at about the 30-yard line, and that's where they'll mark it. Let's see what the flag is. There may have been a clip down here.
They're going to bring the ball back to the 35-yard line.
Let's take a look at it and see if we can pick it up down here. There you see it.
He picks the ball up and does his scamper.
He took a juke step there, and there was the clip. I think it's going to be against Lane College.
Right there.
Jimmy, I've got the mascot here, and I understand we have to have an interpreter. What's your name?
Jeannie.
And how come the interpreter? Because the eagle doesn't speak?
No, the eagle can't talk.
What does the eagle do best?
What does the eagle do best? Fly.
Okay. What's the eagle's name?
Denise.
From where?
Ohio.
Okay. Let's let the eagle do its thing right quick.
Do it, eagle.
Eagle looks like he's trying out for one of the Fat Boys videos.
The eagle's from Hawaii, I think.
Little wipeout going on down there.
Yeah.
That is the case, as we originally indicated to you, as we picked it up on our TRTV exclusive instant replay. Good job by our camera crew as they picked up the clip in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen against Lane College. And that'll nullify an awfully good run back by Reginald Hughes, but it's early in the day, and that young man is quick.
And Reginald, I'm sure Lambuth is hoping he doesn't get the ball very often.
You can count on that. And talking to Jim Hardegree yesterday, he said that was the guy they had to watch out for. He's the threat. If they can get him on the corner, and he is gone. It'll be first down now and 10 for the Dragons of Lane College. The ball marked inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. Sewell gives up the middle this time. Tries to find some running room in there. That's Jody Chambers, the fullback, and he rambles forward for about 4, maybe 5 yards.
I want to go down here and see if I can find some Lane College fans. I bet there's some here.
I imagine there's some there. I can hear them. 6 yards they give him on the carry. Second down and 4 now for the Dragons. Mark the ball directly on the 25-yard line. Second down and 4 now as James Sewell, 14, is back in at quarterback. They send Fox and Bland to the far side, Matthews to the near side. Stack in the backfield, straight drop, no pressure this time. Now he's forced out of the pocket, trying to run, string him out over there and knock him out of bounds. And once again, a good play by Scott Jones, number 44, as he made him head for the sidelines and strung it out for him.
Watch me, coach, I'm here.
Going to be a loss of 4 yards on the play. That'll back them up and make it 3rd down and 8. Sewell heads back for the huddle now.
3rd down and 7 for the Dragons.
Officially on the clock, they say 3rd down and 7, so we'll go with what the scoreboard clock says to avoid any confusion on our part primarily. 4:54 and counting at Lambuth College. Beautiful afternoon for football. The Eagles lead it 7-0. From the 22-yard line. Sewell with a long count this time. Rolls to the near side. Pitch back to Hughes. Got the corner. Hit and good open field tackle by Lambuth College. That is Charles Jones, the corner, a sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee. They put the hit on him right about knee level.
About 2 yards too late. That's the first down for the Lane Dragons.
I believe you are correct, Mr. Sailors. It is going to be first down as they drag the chains up 10 yards.
Would you doubt me?
No, not on a gorgeous day like this. They mark the ball at the 30-yard line. Lane at its own 30-yard line, to be exact. 7-0. Lambuth leads this football game, but it's early. We're still in the first quarter of play with about 4.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. This time they send Bland to the near side. Everybody else in close. Sewell straight drop. Got time, hits his man at the 40, and he is immediately hit and knocked to the ground. But the pass is complete. The receiver, Darrell Matthews, Eddie Lee Herndon, up from his free safety spot to make the tackle for Lambuth College.
And another first down.
And another first down indeed. Mike Singleton indicates that he's coming off the line pretty much untouched, and when you can do that, you can pretty much pick your own holes down there, and that's exactly what he did that time. Little tape job going on down here on the bench on the Lambuth College side. Damon Bradford getting some ankle tape put on, and the Eagles are pointing and the flags are flying, and I don't think it's Veterans Day, so that probably means there's a penalty coming up. It looks like it's going to be illegal procedure against Lane College, and once again, the old penalties have jumped up in their face. 7 penalties for 50 yards here in the first quarter, mind you, not the first half, the first quarter of play against the Dragons. And I'm sure Coach McCall will have a few words for them at halftime when that rolls around.
Tim Williamson was standing at point, and normally that's clobber time. You know, normally when somebody moves, you clobber them. Old Tim just stood up and said, hey, look, Coach.
They tried that down here in the end zone and wound up with penalties on both sides. So I think the point probably worked better that time. Lane brings them back to the line. Clock is stopped at 3:13. First down and 15 now from the 35-yard line. And a timeout is called for, I believe, by Lambuth College. That is the case with timeout. Lambuth leads at 7-0. We'll be right back.
The trophy case has become a part of many special events in this area. Trophies for Little League Baseball. Plaques for special events. Identification at local events. The trophy case can be a part of your events and awards each time with just the right touch. Come see us at the trophy case in the Hollywood Shopping Center.
I like the way you make me laugh. I like the funny things you do. You got a style that's all your own. I like the sprite in you. You make me want to smile. You know you make me sparkle too. You're such a kick to have around. I like the sprite in you.
Sprite, the only one with Lyman. The unexpected twist that makes us different, livelier, special.
I like the sprite in you.
As the mountains, flowers, and rivers didn't just happen, neither did Jackson's electric department. In 1937, the progressive thinking of the citizens of Jackson gave birth to the idea of a city-owned electric distribution system. Progressive thinking has brought Jackson's electric department through the past 50 years, and progressive thinking will carry it into the future. We're proud to have served you for the past half-century.
Back at Lambuth College, score Lambuth 7, Lane nothing. Jimmy Duke, High Sailors, Tom Mapes along with you, and the TRTV crew, of course. Mike Singleton on the headsets doing the spotting and the statistician chores for us. 3:07, first quarter play is the situation. It's 1st and 15 from the 35.5-yard line. Sewell to throw, big pressure this time, shakes loose, but now is nailed by Mark Hazard, and that is 14. Tim Williamson was in there along with number 21, Danny Combs, and then Mark Hazard came in to seal the fate. And once again, good pressure by the front line of the Lambuth College Eagles.
All right, Jimmy, we've got the Lane cheerleaders. Who do we have?
We have Yvette Murray.
Where are you from?
Beloit, Wisconsin.
Eileen Fowles from Brownsville, Tennessee. Yolanda Womack from Milwaukee.
And Kimberly Williams from Chester.
Now from Nigeria.
How about it, Lane Dragons? Can we win this game?
I take that to be a yes, Tom.
Yeah, that was good, guys. Thanks, sir. All right.
2:21 now. Clock is running, 2nd down and 20. Sewell fakes the throw, gives on the draw to Reginald Hughes, a speed spurner, and he is nailed at the 40-yard line and falls forward to about the 42. Leo Dorest put the helmet into him and knocked him down there, but I'm really impressed with that young man, how he can motor.
He's got wheels, and he's got some good moves.
See if we can find out a little bit more about him, if I can find my numbers here. He's from Greenville, Mississippi, 5'7", 160-pounder. Gain of about 11 on the play. Make it 3rd down and 9 now, still in their own territory with 1:41 and counting. First quarter of play here. Sewell again at the quarterback slot. Harold Person to the near side. They shovel it back this time to Jody Chambers, looking for room on the right side, and he is hit at about the 45-yard line and falls forward near the 44. And Mike Singleton says there's one of the Goldberg boys out there. That was 53, Hal Goldberg. His brother, Stewart, wears number 92.
Reginald Hughes is from Memphis, Tennessee, not Mississippi.
Well, okay.
That's close to Mississippi.
That's close. Yeah. That's close. They're all south of here. What can I tell you? This time, again, good pressure, and I believe they're going to get a penalty on the kick. It hits and rolls out of bounds at about the 16-yard line, and I believe somebody got into the kicker that time and knocked him down. Mike Singleton says put him in the running for the Oscars next year as he went down in fine style. But nevertheless, the laundry is on the field, and that's going to cost the Eagles a couple of yards and probably a first down. Roughing the kicker, not reffing the kicker. Depending on how you look at it, I guess.
Jimmy, while you got that going on, I've got Dr. Chambers with us, the president of Lane College. And Dr. Chambers, I know you Dragons are down early, but how do you feel about the game so far?
We'll come back.
Well, that's a confident statement. They're an exciting team to watch, though, aren't they?
Certainly is. I was here earlier for for the inauguration of Dr. Boyd's inauguration. And I told him we might play him light today because this was his day.
Hey, have you got anything going between you? Any sort of bets or things like that?
No, we didn't bet, but I told him since this was his day, we might let it might go light on him, but we're gonna win the game.
I think you're going too light on him.
I think so at this point too, but we'll make it out.
Thanks, Dr. Chambers. President of Lane College, Jimmy.
Okay, thank you, Tom. And the officials have called a timeout on the field. They're going to measure to see if the penalty did in fact result in a first down. Mike, I was watching the monitor and Tom's interview. It is a first down for Lane College on the strength of the penalty. It was roughing the kicker. Is that correct? That is correct. So they pick up the hanky and stick it back in the pocket, and new life for the Dragons of Lane College. They've got 53 seconds left here in the first quarter to put some marks on the scoreboard. They have a goose egg. Lambuth has a 7, and they've had that one since early in the first quarter of play. Not to beleaguer the point, but they scored on the strength of a block punt and then a one-play, 3-yard drive. Lane brings them back to the line. The ball just across midfield at the 49-yard line. Sewell sets his team. Bland to the near side. Matthews to the far side. They flip it out there, hits his man in the numbers, and it falls incomplete. And the intended receiver there, Jody Chambers, the fullback coming out of the backfield, and it falls incomplete, 28 seconds.
They come back. Yeah, he thought he had it. He turned upfield and no ball.
Nothing to run with.
You got to have the ball when you turn upfield.
So once again, it is 2nd down and 10 now as the clock ticks down near the end of the first quarter of play here. 28 seconds left to go. Bland to the near side once again, stacking the backfield. New quarterback back in the game now as Sewell is out. Looks across the middle and dumps it into no man's land in between two receivers and incomplete. Steve Jefferson back in at quarterback. This is his second appearance of the afternoon. 21 seconds, clock stopped on the incomplete pass here in the first quarter of play.
You're looking about like 45 minutes per quarter, which is about what we thought.
It appears that way, yes. I hope you brought a flashlight and packed a lunch.
Guess what? No lights out here, big boy.
3rd down and 10.
Wrigley Field of Jackson, huh?
This time we've got Matthews to the near side. They send Bland along with Person split wide to the far side of the field.
Jefferson back in at quarterback.
Jefferson at quarterback, and that's going to be a face mask. And Mark Hazard knew it as soon as he let go of the helmet. That was obvious to everybody here and probably some folks watching on radio. I'm not sure.
Well,
Reginald Hughes, the intended ball carrier.
When you're defensing Hughes, you grab him wherever you can.
Grab whatever you can find. That's true. Just from looking at the play, I would say it was a totally unintentional face mask, but nonetheless, he did grab a hold of some hardware.
Nonetheless, the first down for the Dragons.
And first down it will be. As High indicated, we do have a new quarterback in, Steve Jefferson, in now for the Dragons.
And Mr. Jefferson was so happy with that, he picks up the flag and hands it back to the ref.
A polite young man.
Let me help you, ref.
Jimmy, I'll try to run across to start the second quarter and get something from Lane's Neil McCall.
15 seconds left here in the first quarter of play as the Dragons have another first down. Referee says crank them up and the clock starts. Jefferson at quarterback, drops deep, looks to throw, got some time, and it's going to be pass interference right there as he was all over him, I'm afraid. On the defensive down there for Lambuth was number 37, Donald Bomar, and the defenseman slowed down and Bomar didn't. And that's going to be a pass interference call, and Lane again will have good field position to work with as we have 3 seconds now left in the first quarter.
If my eyes are good enough, I'll watch your homer hanky and see if I can do something with McCall across the line here in the second quarter.
Okay, Tom's going to run a pattern to the far side of the field. We'll see if we can hit him.
Well, it looks like they're trying to see who can make the most mistakes right now. You know,
And
the Dragons hurt themselves early in the game, Jim, and now the last 3 series are down. The Eagles have hurt.
Lambuth trying to catch up in the penalty column.
Hey, we'll catch you, boys. Just be patient.
Pass interference was the call on the defensive unit. They'll mark the ball 1st and 10 from just outside the 20-yard line. Once again, they send Person to the far side of the field. It is Bland to the near side. Jefferson to throw. In and out of the hands and incomplete as the horn sounds. And that's the end of the first quarter of play with the score Lambuth 7, Lane nothing. Stay with us.
It all starts here. The price, the service, the satisfaction at NC Edwards Motor Company.
At NC Edwards, we take the time to know your needs. Selling quality products like Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge, you're assured of reliability, value, and performance. In just 5 years, NC Edwards has helped West Tennesseans drive away with that Chrysler hometown advantage.
It all starts here. It all starts here at NC Edwards Motor Company, 735 South Highland, Jackson.
Before you load up the family car and take to the highways, check out Highland Radiator's air conditioning special. For only $19.95, Highland Radiator will add up to 4 cans of Freon, leak check, and inspect your air conditioning system. The Cool Team is West Tennessee's experienced leader in radiator and air conditioning service, with the most technically advanced shop in the area. It's Highland Radiator, and when you need a professional, see the Cool Team at Highland Radiator, and we'll help you keep your cool.
The extra business systems from ITT are available from your authorized ITT sales and service dealer for West Tennessee, Mid-South Computers. Whether it's service or training, Mid-South Computers can successfully accommodate your business needs. And the extra business system provides you with a multi-user system or a local area network server or the 300 workstation. Call Mid-South Computers today for more information on the extra business system from ITT.
And the first quarter is history, and Lambuth leads it 7-0 as we get ready to start the second quarter of play. Tom Mapes has made his way to the far side of the field, try to get a word with head coach Neil McCall. We'll try to go to Tom after the first play of the second quarter. Here's the situation. It is, and whistles are blowing all over the place over there, and it's going to be timeout charged to Lane College. So while we've got a timeout, let's take another quick commercial break, and we'll rejoin the action here at Lambuth College.
They say that these are our golden years, but living on a fixed income just isn't that easy. But our local electric power distributor showed us how we could cut our electric heating bills in half. With a high-efficiency electric heat pump, they even provided us a low-interest loan. So if you're looking to save money, call your electric power representative today and ask about the heat pump financing program. It'll add a little gold to all those years.
We're your local electric power distributor. Let us help.
Getting up in the world starts with getting up in the morning and dressing for success. The 1-hour Martinizing touch to your wardrobe can do wonders for you. A fresh laundered shirt, a smart-looking suit, and you're ready. 1-hour Martinizing, serving the Jackson area since 1957.
Thanks, Andy. 1-hour Martinizing sure has made the difference for me.
Well, Bob, you may have overdone it this time.
College before the play begins to Tom Mapes.
Okay, we're with Neil McCall. Jimmy over here, and it sure is quiet on this side. Neil, what's your comments early?
Right now, they caught us in a bad situation on that first block punt. And kids got a little upset. They're trying to come back a little bit now.
After this play, we'll talk some more.
Second down and 10 now for the Lane College Dragons as they swap ends of the field and head north. Jefferson, that quarterback, rolls out of the pocket, looks to throw, got some pressure now, is chased and finally steps out of bounds. And good pursuit over there by Scott Jones, number 44.
Neil, I know it's only 7-0 early. Go ahead with your kid. Timeout, Jimmy. I got to let Neil talk to his kid.
And Coach McCall preoccupied with business at hand. Quickly, some numbers from High Sailors.
Lane rushed 11 times for minus 13 yards. They threw 14 times, completed 4 for 86. They were penalized 7 times for 50 yards. They've got total 73 yards and no points. Lambuth rushed the ball 5 times for 6 yards. They completed no passes attempted 3. They were penalized 4 times for 53, total 6 yards and 7 points.
Okay, so that's where we stand, 7-0. Lambuth leads it as they picked up 7 early on a mistake by the Lane College Dragons. You heard Coach McCall say they're a little upset and trying to come back from it now. Give over the right side, big hole in there, and he rambles down to the 5-yard line. That was Jody Chambers, the big fullback, 220-pounder from Memphis, Tennessee. Damon Bradford up to finally ride him down, but he's down at the 5-yard line, and the Dragons are moving.
Found a new one. Those are not big holes. Those are called alleys.
Alleys, okay.
Alleys.
All right. As in oop?
Alley-oop.
Okay.
Oop, we goofed and gave him an alley.
Okay. I'll buy that.
Okay.
I'm easy. First and goal from the 5-yard line as Jefferson still in at quarterback. That is the same young man with the football. That was Jody Chambers over the right side near the goal line. Stopped about maybe a foot short if I can see well from over here. Goldberg up to make the tackle.
Yeah, Jimmy, we're going to wait till after this series is over. I think they may be getting ready to score. Hang on.
I believe you're right, Tom, and my fault for giving you the cue that quick. Jefferson steps back in. He's going to keep it this time, looking for a hole, and finally slithers around and knocks it in over the right side. So Lane is up on the scoreboard now, and they have cut Lambuth's lead to 1 point, 7-6. And Mr. Jefferson, Steve Jefferson, the quarterback, on the keeper that time, put it in the right side. Let's take a look at it once again. There's no doubt about what he had in mind here. You see the ball about a half a yard short.
Snap and bulldozes his way through there.
Tried it across the middle and then backed up and found an alley.
An alley.
On the right side. So Lane will try to put the PAT up on the scoreboard. Tony Fox, number 1, handles the kicking chores for him. Snap is good. Nope, they're going to go for 2. Jefferson throws it out of the end zone, and it'll go for naught. So with the score now, Lambuth 7, Lane 6. We'll take a commercial break and return to the action.
Anniversary. It's a time to remember, but your dad usually forgets. Don't worry, Mom.
Fantastic Sam's can make the difference when it has to be right.
For all your special days, you need the Fantastic Difference. That's a shampoo, cut, perm, and style for one low price, no extras.
Wait, Mom.
You look fantastic.
You didn't forget.
Your Fantastic Sam's are at 1903 North Highland and Bemis Square Shopping Center, Jackson.
Back at Lambuth College, and let's go way across the field to Tom Mapes.
Okay, we're with Neil McCall now. Jimmy, they've just scored 7-6. Why for 2 so early, Neil?
Well, we had a little problem with our field goal kicker. He's not healthy. That was a new kid, and we didn't want to take a chance on that.
Back in the game, you got down early on the block punt, but you feel pretty confident still?
Well, we're trying to get some momentum. We get some momentum, I think we can open up some.
Okay, Jimmy.
Okay, that's the word from Neil McCall as his Dragons are indeed back in the ball game. They trail by only 1 now, 7-6. Ball is put in the air. It's going to come down and be taken by Chris Nash at the 20-yard line. Got a hole up the middle now, trips over one man and falls forward to the 35, 36-yard line. And there the Eagles will put it in play from their own 36.
After they decide what to do with that flag on the field.
Yep, indeed. It's going to be against Lane College once again. I did not catch the preliminary indication, except for which direction it's going to go in. We'll take a look and see.
It's Lane's turn to goof. Lambuth did last time.
Easton, I believe, made the tackle. Rodney Easley for Lane College.
15-yarder.
Going to be a big one against Lane College, and that will put the ball at the 50, in fact, just across the 50 into Lane territory. And Lambuth, again, the beneficiary of good field position on the strength of a Lane College mistake. We never did pick up a signal on that call. At any rate, you see the results of it. 1st and 10 now from midfield. Lambuth with the football. Brad Garner at quarterback sets his team. Long count, flag fly. Garner to throw, got pressure, throws now. Got a man complete at the 46-yard line. Richie Pinkston, the tight end, number 39, caught the football. But there is a flag down at the line of scrimmage, and they're pointing toward Lane College once again. Offsides against Lane. So we got a gain of 4, and the penalty would pick up an extra yard or so. 13:42 on the clock. It is stopped. We're in the second quarter of play with a 7-6 score in favor of the Lambuth Eagles. Our first opportunity to see both these teams this year on TRTV. I think, Kai, looking down the schedule, we've got about 3 more ball games after this one is completed. And there you see it, offsides off 5-yarder against Lane College. We've got 2 more at University School, if I'm not mistaken, with Chester County and Gibson County. And then we'll be back here at the end of the season for Lambuth's homecoming game. And that'll pretty well wrap things up here on TRTV this year.
And unfortunately, University School lost its first game.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But they're tough. First down and 5 now from the 44-yard line. Lane showing a little blitz action in there. The handoff is over the left side of the line. Looked like Fred Edwards with the football. Jeff Boyle up to make the tackle, a 6'2", 190-pounder from here in Jackson, wears number 44 for Lane College. That indeed was Fred Edwards, the freshman from Florence, Alabama.
They hadn't weighed him lately. He's got to be bigger than that.
2nd and 4 now. Gain of 1 on the play that time. Wide receiver split far to the far side of the field for Lambuth this time. Garner on the fake. Nope, give is to Haggard this time, I beg your pardon. And flags fly in the middle of the pile. Jackson up to make the tackle. Leon from Mississippi. And a flag thrown into the middle of the pile, and it's going to be personal foul against Lane College once again. And apparently some frustrations over there on the Lane College side is...
That's not what it is, Jim. If you've been watching, each team gets 3 fouls consecutively, and then the other team gets 3.
Oh, it's their turn. Is that what you're telling me? Okay.
This is the last one. The next one will be against Lambuth.
Boy, John Madden wouldn't have said that.
Well, he might have said it a little differently.
There you hear it from the referee, if our mics picked it up. Defensive dead ball foul against Lane College. And again, Lambuth will not question. They will move forward, which is south in this case.
Well, I've been noticing Gardner on each one of those penalties says thank you.
And he should.
Thank you, ref. Thank you.
Nice young man, writes his mother on a weekly basis.
Says yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Clock is running at 12:40. Garner sets him. Chris Nash, number 10, split far on the split wide, that is, to the far side of the field. The words are there. They're just in the wrong order. Garner fakes in the middle, gonna throw, pumps, shoots, and he's man and incomplete at the 15-yard line. Chris Nash couldn't hang on to the football.
Oh, Chris had his mind further downfield.
On the defense down there, Leon Jackson, the linebacker, dropping back to help out, along with Ed Winder, the corner. Ball's incomplete at any rate. 2nd down and 10 now. As the clock stops on the incomplete pass. Pretty good crowd on hand here at Lambuth College for this beautiful fall afternoon of football. Garner once again checks them down. Nash again to the far side of the field. Lane showing some blitz action from the corners. This is Haggard. Got some room around the right side. Drops his helmet and is met and knocked down short of the 20-yard line. Rodney Easley, the cornerback, number 20, up to make the hit on him, along with William Brown, the safety from Youngstown, Ohio.
That is
going to be, excuse me, go ahead.
That is the biggest gain that Lambuth has had on the ground. They've had total of about 8 yards in the whole game. That one was for 4.
3rd down and 5 now as they mark the football. Garner again sets him. It's Nash again to the far side. Nothing doing defensively this time for Lane. Garner fakes to Haggard, drops, throws, got a man in the end zone, and picked off in the end zone by number 20 at Lane College, coming back up the right side, and he is hit and knocked down. Richie Pinkston up to knock him down after the interception in the end zone. The intended receiver was Mike Overby. Let's take a look at it, High.
Garner drops back to pass. He's got a man in the open, but he's behind him. He did short pass, intercepted.
Good defensive play in there. Rodney Easley. Easley is the one that picked that one off, and he cut right in front of him. And that's going to stop the flow for Lambuth and give Lane another shot at it offensively, although deep in their own territory. Looks like they've got the ball spotted.
About the 8-yard line.
Yeah, about the 8 or 9-yard line. 11:33. Clock is stopped on the change of possession. We're in the second quarter of play here at Lambuth College. They lead it 7-6 over Lane College. Ball is given up the middle this time. That is the fullback, Jody Chambers, rambled out for maybe 3-4 yards on the play. Scott Jones in on the tackle for the Eagles of Lambuth College. And once again, the quarterback for Lane this time around is Steve Jefferson, as he has replaced James Sewell, who started in the ball game for the Dragons. Bland comes to the near side along with Tony Fox, number 1. Looks to throw, got a man diving over the middle, incomplete. The intended receiver Darrell Matthews. Defensively, the linebacker Scott Jones in there to knock it down. That will go incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 8 now. That is the first throw of the quarter for Lane College, and it is incomplete, goes for naught. As Fox checks out of the ball game on the far side now. We'll check it out for you. Bland comes to the near side at the wide receiver spot. Harold Person looked to go to the far side on the right, now jumps in the slot left. Single in the backfield is Reginald Hughes. Looks to throw, got a man over the middle. He jumps and it goes off his fingertips, incomplete. The intended receiver, the split end, Michael Bland, and just a little too high for him to reach. So it'll be 4th down and 8 now for the Lane College Dragons, deep in their own territory. They will have to punt the ball away, and their punting has not been extremely impressive so far today. Timothy Wright will do the punting for him. He popped one up earlier, got one block. This one squibs off the side of his foot and is going to take a roll and bounce out of bounds. Mike Hazard in there with extreme pressure that time. Might have gotten a piece of that football, but it comes out, and Lambuth is going to have good field position to work with once again, as you see Coach Jim Hardegree pacing the sidelines, trying to get his Eagles fired up here in the 2nd quarter. Flag is down on the play. What was the call, Mike? I missed it. I didn't. Stuart Goldberg. Stuart Goldberg, number 92, is upset with the play, as is Coach Hardegree, and he is going to ask for a timeout now. The PA announcer indicates unsportsmanlike conduct against the Eagles. Coach Hardegree is discussing it with the official. That's going to be the call against Lambuth. And there are some upset folks on the sideline. Apparently Stuart Goldberg, 92, is who they called it on. He doesn't understand why. Coach Hardegree trying to get an explanation out of it.
Well, the explanation is Lane has made that 3. It's Lambuth's turn.
Okay, I should have known that. Next time I'll ask you.
Yeah, just ask me.
So they're going to call for and receive a timeout. It's going to be charged to Lambuth College, I believe. While we've got a timeout on the field, let's take a quick break and return.
Family fun is always a tradition at Village Inn.
Whether it's for lunch or dinner, there's always something new at Village Inn.
I come to Village Inn for good food at reasonable prices with a very innovative menu.
Bring the family to Village Inn for pizza with 100% real dairy cheese, great new sandwiches, and a super sundae bar for dessert.
For 2 decades, Village Inn has been Jackson's family pizza parlor.
Village Inn Pizza Parlor, Jackson.
At Computerland, we offer you much more. Our salespeople are professionals who are trained to help you with your need and then select the appropriate system. Understanding your need is the major strength of Computerland salespeople, who can then select from the strength of Apple, Compaq, and IBM. Come in and visit with our sales team at Computerland. More and more people and businesses have found the Computerland difference is that we serve you.
And we're back at Fonville Field on the campus of Lambuth College, and the explanation has been given and received. Whether it was taken in the spirit it was given, I don't know. We'll find out. At any rate, backs Lambuth up. Unsportsmanlike conduct was the call. We'll try to get an explanation if Tom can get back on this side of the field sometime. That is Kenny Haggard, bangs his way through a good hole on the right side that time as it opened up for him. And he knocks it forward for about 4 or 5 yards before Rodney Easley jumps in and knocks him down. And you hear the Lambuth College crowd as they come to life over here on this side. Mike Singleton indicates that they called it a dead ball foul, which added to the problem and compounded the situation, made it 1st and 25, now 2nd and 22 for the Eagles. Ball just across midfield. Garner, flags fly again, gonna throw, got pressure, lofts it out there, got his man right there, complete at the 10-yard line and finally ridden down and out of bounds. Easily made the tackle. Mike Overby, number 11, out there on the reception. Let's take a look at it, High, very quickly. You see Garner drop back. Big pressure from the left side, but he got it away and finally ridden down. The early indicator on the penalty is against Lane College. I'm sure Lambuth will take the play. Mike, if you can put your magical calculator together, get me a distance on that one if you can. I think they started about the 49-yard line and wound up at about the 10, so 39-yarder.
Well, we have 2 flags, Jim. I don't know what the one's doing in Lambuth.
Personal foul called against the Dragons is the indication we have here. Easily on the tackle, Overby on the reception. That will be the case, and you see the Eagles trying to fire things up down there on the field, and this one has been a strange second quarter with penalties and oddities all over the place.
And that blew my theory. Lambuth had 2 more coming, and now Lane took it back.
Well, maybe that's the new game plan we were talking about.
Oh, the game plan. Can't forget the game plan.
Let's see where they're going to mark the football after all is said and done. Apparently, there's too much being said and too much being done at this point. They mark it right at the 10-yard line. And we're going to call it 1st and goal from there because I don't believe they can get the first without getting the touchdown. Chris Nash splits wide to the far side of the field. Brad Garner sets the offensive unit from the 10. Garner, Haggard, big hole, drops his helmet, spins, and may get a couple out of that one as he is ganged up at the line of scrimmage and knocked back. Corey Bush, number 63, comes up out of the fracas in there on the tackle, along with George Jones, number 45 for Lane College. Richie Pinkston checks out of the ball game now for the blue and white. Nash goes to the far side of the field. It's Overby, Michael Overby on the near side in the slot. Haggard and Edwards in the backfield. Correction, that it's not Edwards, that is Thaxter, and he tries it up the middle, and flags have flown again from the right side of the field. Boyle up to make the tackle for Lane College as they switched out the backfield, and that was Anthony Thaxter with the football. Lane has incurred another offside penalty, and this has got to be very frustrating for the coaching staff on the far side of the field. You can bet there will be some mention of it at halftime. Like Singleton said, and for the spotters who'd like to get home before supper.
Well, it was their turn.
8:56 left in the first half of play here. We're at Lambuth College. Lambuth leads it 7-6 over the Dragons of Lane, and they're knocking on the door down there. Ball marked at about the 3-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal from there. Brad Garner sets his team. Nash comes to the near side this time. Haggard, big hole, drops it in there, close. Kenny Haggard, the senior from Savannah, took the ball across the left tackle slot and got it down awfully close, it looks like, from here.
Well, they're all tired. They're slow getting up. That mean you're tired?
Kerry Justice checks into the ball game now for Lambuth College. He wears number 18 as Pinkston comes out. Haggard will stay in. It's marked about 1.5 foot short. Let's call it a half a yard. 3rd and close. Alan Blankenship leads them to the line. The number 50 center for the Lambuth College Eagles. They've got it there. 3rd and goal. Half a yard to go. Garner checks it down. Give. Thaxter leans it in there. Touchdown, Lambuth College. And the young man, number 16, Anthony Thaxter, the freshman from here in Jackson, leaned that big body in there and picked up 6. Take a look right here from the line of scrimmage. There he is, hit at the goal line, and second effort leaned it in there high. What can you say? Good effort.
Well, he laid there a while, you know, got a few minutes of rest.
Savored it.
He's ready to go.
Hal Goldberg to try the PAT. He's been true on the first one today. Snap is good, down, kick is up, and it is going to be wide to the right and no good. So, with the score now, Lambuth 13, Lane 6. We'll take a commercial break and be right back.
Dairy Queen, an American original, with the home-style double burger with cheese. 2 thick, juicy home-style patties with melted cheese. It looks, cooks, and tastes like homemade. Then try the Dairy Queen Blizzard flavor treat. So thick you gotta spoon it up. Have one blended with a candy bar, cookies, fruit, or nuts. The Blizzard at Dairy Queen, an American original.
We treat you right.
I didn't hear you.
Back at Lambuth College, you see a happy crowd on the Lambuth side of the field as the Lambuth stage band cranks up in the end zone. Tom Mapes has turned in his microphone and is now playing a tuba.
Well, there must be some cute girls in that band. Tom wouldn't be down there.
7:41 to go, second quarter play. Lambuth leads it now, 13-6. They will kick it away. Hal Goldberg doing the kickoff chores for Lambuth. Back deep is Reginald Hughes. There's a football on the field at the far end down there. The old hidden football trick.
Keep the football out of Hughes' hand, man.
Hughes picks it up and made 5 yards on that. Chunks it off to the sideline, and they're just about ready to get things going. Reginald Hughes, number 3, back deep for Lane College. He's the speed burner. With any luck at all, Goldberg would like to kick it away from him, I would imagine. They tee the ball up flat. He puts it up. It's going to come down short. Tony Fox is in the area, and it's going to go out of bounds there.
He's going to kick it over 5 yards.
Goldberg will back it up 5 yards and kick it again.
Jim, I would imagine that's why Lambuth is laying the ball flat on the ground. It gives him a little scoot, goes through low on the ground, and he keeps it out of Hughes' hand.
A little bit harder to handle that way. A little bit harder to handle. If Hughes ever got a high kick that he could back up on and get a running start, he would be a terror.
Well, I don't really think he needs a running start. He just don't need the ball.
The man looks fast standing still. What can we tell you? There you see the Lambuth College cheerleaders cranking him up on the sideline, and the Eagle. Apparently all the cheerleaders here are English majors. There's a spelling thing to the crowd. Hal Goldberg will kick it again, this time from his 30-yard line. Hughes is still back deep. Straight down the middle this time. Scoots and bounces over Hughes' head this time. Finally collects it at the 15.
Look at that move.
Looking for some room to run. Look at him juking around. Blue shirts, and he's losing yardage. Now Wooten, I believe, hits him and runs him out of bounds over there. Stan Wooten, number 20, got the first crack at him, and then several blue shirts. And a lot of quick feet and a lot of good moves, but to be perfectly honest with you, every time he juked, he backed up a step, and when he did, another blue shirt came in the area.
Well, he did.
Come on, Lambuth.
Jim, and he's got a lot of moves, and a lot of times that'll open the game up for you, or open an alley up for you where you can run through it. Unfortunately, what he did was dance around for 5 minutes and get tackled.
That's true. 7:25 on the clock now. They mark the ball at the 15-yard line after all that. Bland and Person come to the near side as receivers. Quarterback drops the throw, steps out of trouble now. He's got pressure, dumps it out, and is complete at the 25-yard line, near first down territory, and a flag is down in the backfield again. Jefferson in again at quarterback, Steve Jefferson. Got a lot of pressure. Let's take a look at it again, Hi. There's the truck racking it up. Here we go.
Jefferson drops back, and right here comes the pressure right here. He's kind of confused. He was lucky to get the ball off, completed it, but they had a holding penalty against Lane, and they're going to back them up closer to their own end zone.
Darrell Matthews, the receiver on the play, it will go for not, unfortunately. Tom Mapes, I believe, are you back on the headphones down there?
With you, yeah.
Tom, I think we need to make a correction that we had at the first of the game. I believe the Star Spangled Banner was played by the Lambuth College Stage Band, and both you and I said it was the Milan High School Marching Band.
Well, what you have over there, you have Dick Brown. I just stopped by. He's got the Lambuth Stage Band there. You can see pretty much in the white casual uniforms. And over to the left, then, is the Milan Marching Band, who will be here to entertain at halftime.
Now we've got it, so we give credit where credit is due, and Mr. Brown and company did take care of the opening ceremonies. That's Hughes around the left side, loses his footing trying to cut back up inside, and is knocked down there. Defensively up to make the tackle for Lambuth College was number 43, Damon Bradford.
Hughes is so quick that I'm not sure he didn't outrun his own shoes.
You don't sell shoes that people outrun, do you?
Never.
Never, that's what I thought. Clock is running at 6:18. We're in the second quarter of play, a 13-6 lead for the Lambuth Eagles as they have led it from the opening gun practically. I think it was about 13:54 left on the clock when they scored on the strength of a block punt early on. They have since added another one, unable to convert on the PAT. Stevens on the give this time. Hughes looking for room around the right side. He has got some moves, shakes loose, cuts back up inside, and finally knocked down over there. Scott Jones defensively, the linebacker. Hazard had a shot, couldn't get a hold of him.
Goldberg had a shot and couldn't get a hold of him.
And that's happened to a lot of good players over the years with this guy. Watch this guy.
Okay.
Quick
you know he's tackled right here, but there it comes.
And bingo, finally.
He's got some quick feet. He's an exciting ball carrier, isn't he?
He is. He's fun to watch. I like that. This time they flood the near side with three receivers. Fox number 1, Person is number 40, and Bland 83, all to the near side of the field. Jefferson looks to throw, throws. Fox incomplete at the 30-yard line, and Fox was open and motoring had he gotten that pass to him.
Well, Jefferson just leading him a little bit too much. Tim, I noticed on that play, Hughes evidently got a little tired. He went out to get some water.
Leo Dorest and Jeff Branham on the defensive play for the Eagles. They were in the neighborhood, both the cornerback and safety.
The Eagles should be getting the ball back in good field position once again.
4th down and 10, and now the wind has come up from the west. Pressure finally got the kick away, and they got the kicker again.
Well, you got a flag down back there.
The punt bounced out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, and we're going to have roughing the kicker again. And a very upset Leo Dorest apparently is the guy who made contact. But Lambuth has been all over their punters all day long, and they paid the price now twice, but it paid off once.
Well, Jimmy, you heard earlier in one of our reports when we had a chance to talk with Tim Williamson that they had found gaps in the coverage, and that's what led to that first block. And I think once they taste that, everybody kind of gets hungry for it and wants in on the action, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. But they're doing a good job of putting the pressure on. Sometimes you just get a little too close to your work. That will be enough for first down for Lane College. Once again, they pick up a first down on the strength of a penalty. That's, what, maybe 4 or 5 that way they've had this game?
It seems like there's a lot of penalties in this game, and, of course, with so much passing going on, that's why it's taken so long to complete.
Indeed, you're right. 4:48, second quarter of play. We try to reorient the truck on what's happening. Jefferson looks to throw, got time, throws, got a man at midfield, and hit now and knocked down. That's not midfield, I beg your pardon, the 45-yard line. Goldberg made the tackle. Michael Bland, the 6 foot, 155-pound split end, made the reception. And that time he had all day to throw the football. A couple of hands got up, but that's about it.
And his receiver had an acre to catch it in.
He did, in fact. Enough for the first down, obviously, as they come to the 45-yard line, still in their own territory. Lane on the move. Again, they flood this zone with 3 receivers. Jefferson steps out of the pocket, looks to throw, signals, throws, got his man. Cuts back up the middle of the field. He's got some blocking. He's going to go. 10, 5, touchdown, Lane College. Harold Person, the receiver down the left side, put a move on the defense, cut it back up the middle, and it was clear sailing from there.
Back to pass, he runs around and gets a little direction there, throws it out to Pearson, and Pearson does the rest. Right here, he picks up 3 blockers. Pay dirt all the way. Look at me go, coach.
Good blocking there by number 83, Michael Bland, to kind of spring him up the middle, and from there on, clear sailing to the north.
Smart running, wasn't it, when he doubled back and picked up his blockers? He didn't get in a hurry.
Beautiful move, and a nice throw as he was forced out of the pocket by Steve Jefferson, the number 2 quarterback we've seen in the game today.
Well, earlier, Neil McCall said they didn't kick because he wasn't too confident with his kicking game. So
that's true. Let's see what they do this time. Jefferson, the quarterback, is the holder.
Whoa.
High snap. He puts it down. Fox kicks it up. He got enough of it. It's through.
Unbelievable.
And that's going to put it in a 13-13 deadlock here at Lambuth College with 4:02 left to go in the half. We'll be right back. Don't you go away.
Come to the winner's circle at Golden Circle Ford Lincoln Mercury.
Mr. Roach, why don't you tell us about your experience with Golden Circle Ford Lincoln Mercury?
Well, I took a test drive in '83 and I liked it so well I waited for the '86 and I got the '87 first and got it. And I'm waiting on the '88.
Golden Circle Ford Lincoln Mercury, 317 Airways Boulevard, Jackson.
Back at Lambuth College as Lane has put a touchdown on the scoreboard and converted the PAT and tied this thing up at 13-13. And we start from scratch pretty much with 4:02 left to go here in the first half of play. Back deep for the Lambuth College Eagles, Jeff Wheely, number 7, along with Chris Nash, number 10, and Eddie Lee Herndon, who takes the football, looks for running room over the left side and didn't find much, but gets it back out to around the 37-yard line. Rodney Easley up to make the tackle for Lane College, and he's been in on the action all day long.
We'll be getting an interview with Dr. Thomas Boyd, who was just installed as the new president of Lambuth College, later in our telecast. It's a big day for him because you heard Dr. Chambers said they were going to go easy on him.
Well, I'm sure he appreciates that.
That ball game is going easy.
Lambuth with the football now. They need to get some points on the board to nullify Lane's latest touchdown. Garner gives to Haggard, left side, got a couple of blockers. Lowers his helmet and knocks it out over the 40, near the 45-yard line. Leon Jackson up to make the hit on him as Kenny Haggard carried the mail that time for the Eagles.
Those big linemen for Lane are getting tired. I guess Lambuth is beginning to move the ball on the ground.
I'm sure there are several tired folks out there. I imagine it's hot in those pads running around down there, even though it is a gorgeous day. Once again, they send Nash to the far side of the field, number 10. Overbeat to the near side, in close. Haggard looking for room, got a block, cuts up inside, now runs into his own man, bounces off, and got enough for the first down, I believe. Brown was the first man to hit him in the Lane uniform, and several others joined in on the party.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's the first down that Lambuth has got by rushing the ball. Is that not right, Mr. Singleton?
Good job, Mr. Sailors. You're right on top of the situation.
Memory.
2:45 now, ticking down toward the end of the first half of play. 13-13 the way it stands. Garner sets him up. Same alignment this time. Gives up the middle. Big hole right across the center slot. Mike Whitehead, number 34, in the ball game, a freshman running back for Lambuth. Carver White up to make the tackle for the Lane College. It's Carvey White, not Carver, I beg your pardon, for the Lane College Dragons.
270 pounds of him.
Make sure you get his name right. Gain of 5 on the play, second down in just that minute to go. Clock is running at 2 minutes. Garner checks it down. Haggard got a block, slipped as he tried to cut up inside the block, and he falls down at about the line of scrimmage. Scott Aiken, the 220-pounder from Trenton, Tennessee, made his block, and as he tried to cut back, he lost his footing. Mark it just about the line of scrimmage, make it third down and 5 now. Clock running at 1:35. Garner sets him again. Nash again split to the far side. Fakes to Haggard, drops, got time, rolls out of the pocket now, tucks it down, looking for the yard marker, and may have come up a little bit short. I don't know. Boyle's over to make the tackle. Jeffrey Boyle from Jackson, 190-pounder.
First down, Lambuth.
He did fall forward far enough to get the first down. First down it will be for the Eagles of Lambuth College, and they're trying to move the ball down the field high and score. They've got 1:07 to do so. That is their second first down on the ground for the first half here.
Well, once you learn how to do it, it's not hard to do.
Okay, kind of like riding a bicycle, huh? Clock is ticking now, inside a minute to go as they shift a few personnel around out there. Garner still at quarterback. 3 receivers to the near side this time. Chris Nash split far out. Flip it to the other side. It is caught at the 35-yard line. Richie Pinkston, the tight end over there on the reception. Looks like he got out of bounds. The clock is stopped at 34 seconds. Second down and 5 now. Overby, quick count, throws. Pinkston again, and may have gotten 2 or 3 out of that one before he was ushered out of bounds by Ed Winder, number 23, the corner on that side.
Well, they need to put about 5 seconds back on that clock.
Clock stayed lively that time as he knocked him out of bounds. They stopped it at 27 seconds.
He had 34 when he went out of bounds.
He did.
I believe they're going to add a few seconds back on.
Officials are checking with the clock operator now. Jim Hardegree in the area to find out what's happening. Right. Excuse me, Mike Single is talking to me, and I'm answering him like everybody can hear. The official on the sideline does, in fact, have a handheld watch, and that is the official time. Hopefully, it will coincide somewhere with what the scoreboard says. We don't know that for sure. Coach Hardegree knows because he's down there, and that's what counts. 27.
Put 4 on it, Jimmy. Put 4.
Add 4 seconds, Tom says.
We don't know for sure. Okay, he's holding it for 4 is what he's doing here.
Okay, Tom, thank you very much. Right on the spot. They're going to hold it for 4 seconds as they didn't stop it in time. Everybody's satisfied with that, apparently.
Well, I thought it was 5, but what do I know?
31 seconds then officially as the clock is about to crank up here. Now they're explaining it over there to Neil McCall and company on the far side.
Now everybody's happy going to play ball.
The officials having a meeting. Now it's all done. Brad Garner will set him up. Counts him down, drops, looks to throw, pumps once, throws it out there, looking for Nash, and almost caught down there as it was just a touch overthrown in the front corner of the end zone. Good defensive play again down there by Rodney Easley, number 20. He's been all over the place defensively for the Dragons today. The clock stopped again, this time at 25 seconds. It'll be 4th down and about 2 yards, 4th and a long 2 for Lambuth College. Pinkston checks back into the ball game now.
What are you going to do here, Jim? You going to go for the first down, call a timeout, leave you about 20 seconds on the clock, or you going to let back and throw it?
How many timeouts do we have left for Lambuth, Mike? Should have 1 left. I think that's exactly what I'd do. Garner sets him up. Long count this time, trying to draw him, and there are people coming from everywhere. Let's see who did what. Garner with a long count, trying to draw the Dragons offside. May have accomplished that. Let's see.
He did?
Indeed, he did. Offsides against the Dragons, and that's exactly what number 12 had in mind.
He still got his 25 seconds.
And his timeout.
That's called the game plan.
That's good. That's good. Good heady play. Offside, the official call, and a timeout has been called and charged to Lane College.
And
so while we've got time, let's take a quick one and we'll return to the action. I beg your pardon, we're going to not return to the action because we're not going to leave it in the first place. 25 seconds left to go here in the first half of play. It is 13-13. And that about tells the story as far as the scoreboard is concerned.
Wiping the blood off of his arm, as you can see, his elbow has took a pretty good shot. He's got blood all over him down here.
Tom Mapes on the scene. That is Brad Garner, the quarterback they're attending to on the sideline. Coach Hardegree along with Coach Pappas down there checking out the action as the timeout was called by Lane College, trying to get things regrouped. They also have 1 timeout left, I am told, in this half. And we'll try to get a situation, again, a penalty on Lane College's part. How many penalties this half? 5 in this quarter. 5 penalties in this quarter, and probably around 8 or 9. Got 12 penalties total against Lane College today, and some have come at pretty unopportune moments.
How about for Lambuth and put the two together?
Let's check that. Mike is tallying as fast as little pencil will go over here. 4 this quarter for Lambuth and 3 in the first quarter. So a total time of 19 penalties in the first half of play, and it ain't over yet, as they say.
One other little goodie. How many times has each team thrown the ball?
All right, we'll find out. Putting him to work today, aren't we? Making him earn his pizza. Clock is stopped at 25 seconds. 13-13 ties. 19 throws for Lane, Tom. And 9 times for the Eagles, so 28 total passes so far.
We spend as much time in penalty as we have in play.
Pretty much. We've been going an hour and a half now, and just about to end the first half of play. Garner sets him now, first down and 10. 25 seconds left to work with. Garner to throw, and missed his receiver, and Rodney Easley went up and almost got a hand on that one defensively. 4 seconds runs off the clock. Now 21 seconds left to go, and they'll try another situation. Kerry Justice checks into the ball game as Pinkston comes out with the play now, or Justice checks in with the play. Pinkston doesn't have a play coming out, I don't think. You never know. May have seen something, who knows? Number 11, Overby, along with Rick Farley, 26, to the far side of the field. Bill Brown, number 29, also on that side. Garner looks to the near side. Got a man open. Easley cuts in front of him and knocks it down. And a good defensive play once again by Rodney Easley as he knocked that one away in the corner of the end zone. The intended receiver, Kerry Justice, the young man who just checked into the ball game. And Easley could very well be up for our Player of the Game trophy. He has been everywhere defensively today for the Lane College Dragons. The Village Inn Pizza Parlor High will award 2 trophies today to one member of the Lambuth Eagles and one of the Lane College Dragons as their Player of the Game. That'll be coming up along about the 4th quarter or so. We'll be naming that player and the presentations to be made after the ball game is completed.
We might have to bring some lights out for that.
Entirely possible. 15 seconds now. It is 3rd down and 10. Lambuth trying to put some more points on the board before the halftime. Again, 3 receivers to the near side. Pinkston to the far side. Garner throws. And again, Easley dives in there and knocks the football down. The intended receiver, Mike Overby, number 11.
They better pick on somebody else.
I think so. It looked like to me, Tom, that Pinkston was open down the other side over there, but Garner had made no doubt about it. He was coming this way one way or the other.
A lot of times that's a field goal from here, I believe.
9 seconds left on the clock.
Is this Nacho?
Be a 45-yard
No, it's not Joe's either. That is Kevin Ward, number 13, doing the holding. Hal Goldberg will attempt the field goal. Ball down at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 45-yarder, and it's not going to make it quite far enough. And it will be short with 4 seconds left here in the half. A valiant effort, but nonetheless, no points come from it. And we've got 4 seconds left to go here before halftime, and Lane College will send their offensive unit back on the field. And High Sailors, with 4 seconds left to go, what are you going to do? Sit on it, or are you going to air one out?
I'm not going to kick it to Reginald Hughes.
It's easy for you to say.
Reginald?
Reginald, there you go. Neither.
I said, if you're a Lambuth College Eagle, you don't want Mr. Reginald Hughes to get the ball.
Ah, that explains it. Stephen Jefferson still in at quarterback. Big pressure this time. Dumps it off to that man, Hughes. Horn blows. Hughes with the football. Flags fly, and it is run out of bounds.
And the game is not over.
No, the half is not over. As the official says, hold what you got there, boys. We got a flag on the field.
There is no time on the clock, but the game cannot end on a defensive penalty.
Nor can the first half.
So, what did I say, the game?
Yes.
The first half.
It's been long enough, I grant you.
Or the game. So we're going to have, the Dragons are going to have one more play.
The truck is looking for substitutes. I don't know. I'm just getting my second wind, I think. Nope, this time the penalty is going to be refused. Tom Mapes has Jim Hardigree. Let's go down there quickly.
Right, here's Jim, and your comments tied up at halftime.
Well, I feel like we really have played hard. We've made a couple of mistakes. It cost us, and I don't question officials at all ever, but I felt like there's a couple of calls that were very questionable that really hurt us on a drive that they scored on.
So many penalties and so many thrown balls that we kind of have a long game going here.
It seemed like it's been forever the first half, but I guarantee you our kids came out ready to play today, and hopefully we can get them up second half, and they'll come out and play up their capabilities, and we'll win the game in the second half.
Nothing like confidence, and I think being tied at halftime and doing real well against an experienced team like this should really give them an edge in the second half. What do you think?
Well, I think it is. We got to deal with the heat today. It's kind of unusual, and of course they do too, and it's just a matter of who comes out and really wants the game second half.
You going to do anything special at halftime, Jim?
Not anything really adjustment-wise. We may help the secondary a little bit, but we just got to get our players up. Whoever comes up second half is going to win this game.
Good point. Thanks, Jim. Jim Hardigree, Lambuth's head coach, tied up at halftime, Jimmy.
Okay, thank you, Tom. And we are at halftime. The score 13-13, Lane and Lambuth. And our halftime show will be brought to you by the Music People, 218 East Main, Jayco's in downtown. So let's take a quick break now, and we'll return here with halftime stats and other goodies for you.
The news continues with an exciting announcement from Jayco's downtown Jackson. One of the oldest pianos in America has been documented and is on display now at Jayco's. Documented from Michael's Piano Atlas, this piano was built with Mr. John White in New York City in 1827. You will want to see the handmade styling that makes this truly a piece of American history. Visit Jayco's today to see this historical find and personally see each and every detail. Now at Jayco's in downtown Jackson.
And we are back at Lambuth College, LL Fonville Field, to be exact. On top of the press box, Mike Singleton taking care of our spotting and statistician chore. Tom Mapes at field level, and yours truly, Jimmy Duke, along with High Sailors up on top calling the action for you. And it was a long first half, but a profitable one for both teams. High, it's 13-13 here at halftime.
Well, it's even, Jimmy, the amazing thing is we're starting the second half, and there's no flags on the field.
That's the first time we've seen that in quite a while. Lane puts the ball in the air. It's going to come down to Nash inside the 15. He turns it back up the middle. Got a big hole there and breaks it out for another 10, 15 yards out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. George Jones up to make the tackle for Lane College. He's number 45, the 6'2", 205er from Ripley. Mike Singleton wants to know if that's the same one that's going to be in concert at the Civic Center. Probably not, because he doesn't show up. Third quarter just underway as Brad Garner sets the Lambuth Eagles from the 38-yard line. Garner, haggard with the football, gets a block on the corner, now tries to turn it, and not able to do so as a bunch of red and white shirts met him at the corner. Darrell Walker over there, along with John Carpton, number 88, to put the hit on him. Mike Overby, number 11, checks into the ball game with the play from the sideline. He replaces Keith Nance, who checks out now. Gain of 2 on the play, make it 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles. Chris Nash split to the near side. Overby, Haggard with the football on the crossbuck. And he knocks it out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Avery Carr hit him and knocked him down over there for Lane College. Quickly, High, let's look at the numbers for the first half.
Lane rushed 18 times for 12 yards, passed 19, completed 6 for 156. They were penalized 12 times for 82 yards. Total offense for Lane Dragons, 168 yards.
Okay, we'll get Lambuth stats as we come back here. 3rd down and 2. Garner counts it down, fakes it up, gives it up the middle on the fake pitch back. Let's see if we can catch a number on that one. It knocks it down close to first down territory. I think that's Fred Edwards, the freshman. It is, in fact. Carver White made the tackle. Fred Edwards was the ball carrier, and that is awfully close, but they're going to mark it. No, they're going to call in the chains now.
Well, it's a little short from this angle.
No, they're not going to call it a change, or are they? Yes, they are. Lambuth is in the process of changing teams, and they're calling in the chains. And officials have called the measurement. Let's see what we've got. They marked it about a half a yard short, and that is exactly what they've got. About a half a yard short. Make it 4th down and less than 1. And a roar comes up from the Eagle bench, and apparently they are going to go for it. We will see what they have in mind. Overby now and Brad Garner check back into the ball game after a quick conference on the sideline with Jim Hardegree. We're in the 3rd quarter of play, just underway, 12:57 ticking. Garner sets him again. Nash comes to the near side. Haggard in the backfield with Edwards. Give us to Haggard. First down over the left side and more. And Kenny Haggard comes up out of the pile with the number 1 hanging in the air. He got the first down, and he's limping a little coming back to the huddle. Demetrius Green, 84. We're trying to pick up a number there. Made the stop for Lane College. Sometimes we're a little slow on the uptake up here. 12.5 minutes now. Clock is running 1st and 10. Their first one of the second half for the Eagles. Garner sets them. Lane showing blitz, and we got people jumping everywhere. And Richie Pinkston is going to be called, I believe, for jumping too quick that time. Another flag has flown. I don't know what this unsportsmanlike conduct against Lane and an illegal procedure against Lambuth. So we've had several of those multiple penalties called today. Let's see how they react with this one.
Jimmy, we have an unusual color commentator with us here in the second half at Fountville Field as the new president at Lambuth College, Dr. Thomas Boyd, is with us. And I know you're excited about this, the fact that Lane's going easy on you.
Well, that's a wonderful question, Tom. It's good to know you haven't improved in 20 years.
Gotcha. He gotcha.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to, if you don't mind, how about walking the sidelines with us, because we got plenty of time, evidently, a couple more hours during the second half.
Tom, I'd be happy to.
Great.
Look forward to it.
Why don't y'all to meet Dr. Thomas Boyd, and he'll be working with us in the second half, Jimmy, okay?
Yes, indeed, and I'm sure he's heard it more than once today, but congratulations to him and to Lambuth College for being able to corral him.
After moving the ball up and down the field by the official, Lambuth ends up with a first down.
That's the meat of the matter. Lambuth with a first down now. Marked the ball inside the 40 at about the 38-yard line. Garner fakes to Haggard, got pressure, throws, got his man, and complete at the 31-yard line on a diving catch over there. Number 18, Kerry Justice on the reception.
Dr. Boyd, where'd you play your college ball?
No college ball. Played high school ball at Jackson High, and then played a little bit of flag football in college, which was rougher than high school ball. Of course, you know all about that, don't you?
All right, Jimmy.
Second down and 4 now. Lambuth on the move as they complete the pass on first down. Garner sets him again. Blitz coming. Picked up well. Haggard cuts it back inside. A good block on the corner. Rambles inside the 20-yard line down to about the 18-yard line. And Kenny Haggard on the move. Give a lot of credit that time on the corner to the right guard, Scott Aiken, 6'3", 220-pounder, who pulled out there and blew a hole open. And Kenny Haggard just followed right along in behind him.
And give the Eagles a first down about the 18-yard line.
1st and 10 indeed.
You know what Lambuth did in the first half?
Would you tell me if I asked?
They rushed 18 times for 44 yards, and let's come back after this.
No, I don't do that. 1st and 10 now. Eagles on the move. Coach Hardegree apparently made some adjustments that are working right now. Haggard again, got a block, cuts it back up inside, and knocks his way down near the 10-yard line. Kenny Haggard once again toting the mail. Rodney Easley up again. Let's take a look at it once again. Let's watch the blocking on the corner this time, High. Simple give to Haggard as they faked it to Edwards first. Haggard cut outside and then is hauled down. He got a good block on the corner to spring him, though. And we've got a timeout on the field, an equipment problem. We'll take a break with the score still tied 13-13. Don't go away.
We're
at Liberty's Supermarket in Hamilton Hills tonight, talking to different customers about why they enjoy shopping at Liberty.
I love the new store. I do. The bakery, and my children love the free samples.
Well, I really like it since they've remodeled. I just really do. The prices are good, and it's nice and clean. That's what I like. Remember, Liberty's got it all. Quality, service, price, variety, and people who care.
For over 50 years, it has stood at the corner of Main Street and Shannon, serving the people of Jackson. Baker's Drugstore has a long tradition of service and continues this dedication with free citywide delivery and store hours from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. In the tradition of full service for you, we offer a variety of sundry and everyday necessities for you and your family. Depend on Baker's Drugstore. It's as close as your phone. Second down and 4 is the situation as they mark the ball short of the 10-yard line, about the 11. High finish up on the Lambuth numbers now.
Now they rushed 18 times for 44 yards. They threw 12 times, completed 3, had 1 intercepted for 47 yards. They were penalized 8 times for 103. Total 91 yards in the first half for the Eagles.
Okay. Mike Singleton takes the sheets back and the blankets and the pillowcases. Nice job of laundry. 10:37. Clock is stopped on the timeout. Give us to Edwards, and he is corralled at the line of scrimmage. He'll get not much out of that one.
Dr. Boyd has an interesting comment that he's observed for us, Jimmy.
Okay.
One of the things, Tom, that Coach Hardigree is doing here in this game is we're playing a lot of players. I don't know whether you could pick that up or not, but he's going with a lot of freshmen and sophomores, giving everyone a shot at this. Plus, we're on the ground a lot more this game, too, and I think that our blocking pattern has really picked up. We're moving some people off the ball, and that's something that we haven't done in previous games, Tom, is be able to move people off the ball.
Good observation, and that indeed is the case. They have run several players in and out during the ball game. Garner gives to Haggard, bounces off of one man, now stays on his feet and is hit and knocked down at about the 10-yard line. Rodney Easley again on the tackle, and he stuck Haggard pretty hard as he lay on the ground. And Kenny's getting up a little bit slowly this time. He'll come off for a well-deserved rest. No, he won't. No, he won't. Leave me in, Coach. I'm all right. 4th down and 2 now for the Lambuth Eagles as they're down close but unable to punch it in. They're going to go for the field goal. Hal Goldberg, number 53, sets it up. It'll be teed up at about the 16, make it 17-yard line. So a 27-yarder. Snap is good, kick is up, and going to be off to the right and no good. So Lambuth unable to convert on their first offensive set with 9:10 left in the third quarter of play. The Lane College Dragons will take it over, and we'll be right back. Trophy Case has become a part of many special events in this area. Trophies for Little League Baseball, plaques for special events, identification at local events. The Trophy Case can be a part of your events and awards each time with just the right touch. Come see us at the Trophy Case in the Hollywood Shopping Center. Back at Lambuth College with the score tied at 13, 9:10 to go, and Lane with the football. Jefferson to throw, almost intercepted, and off his shoulder pads and down over there. On the defensive play for the Lambuth Eagles, looked like number 46. Let me check that and make sure I'm correct. Charlie Jones, that is correct, and he knocked it down, almost picked it off.
Dr. Boyd, what can we expect from Lambuth Athletics in the future, knowing that you're a former athlete yourself? A lot of fans probably wondering about that.
Tom, as I mentioned when I first came here, we're firmly committed to the idea that we're going to be the best at whatever we do at Lambuth College. We are in definitely a rebuilding stage at Lambuth.
Pick you up in a minute.
2nd and 10 now. Jefferson on the give to Reginald Hughes, makes a few good moves and spins his way out to near the 30-yard line, make it to 29. Leo Dorest on the tackle for Lambuth College.
Okay, Dr. Boyd, continue.
We're definitely in a rebuilding stage. The coaches understand fully the commitment that we've made to quality athletics. We understand that at Lambuth College that academics take precedent over athletics, but at the same time we believe that a pleasant combination is the best way for a college to proceed, and we're committed to that. The coaches know that as well, too.
Back we go, 3rd down and 2 now. Stephen Jefferson, number 12, started this half at quarterback. Rolls out of the pocket, got some pressure from Hazard. Now tucks it down and is going to run with it. And hauled down on the far side of the field as the defense finally caught up with him. Damon Bradford, number 43, makes the tackle for Lambuth College, but he was able to ramble around for enough for the first down.
Jimmy, you wonder about conditioning in the second half. You know, you're concerned about, and we're going to find out which team's in better shape. You know, Dr. Boyd made the observation that Hardigree's using a lot of players. That may really help him.
It could very well, Tommy. Get that couple of minutes of breath on the sideline means a lot on a long day like this one. 8 minutes, clock is running. We're in the 3rd quarter, tied at 13. Motion now from far to near. Pitch back, Reginald Hughes. They need to string him out. Gets around the corner and is corralled from behind. And a good defensive play by Jimmy Bryant, the freshman from Smyrna, Tennessee, to knock Hughes down after a gain of about maybe 3 yards.
Well, Mr. Hughes definitely is not getting a break. He probably went in at halftime and drank a big slug of Gatorade.
He could use it, I'm sure. Won't take long the way he moves around out there to get dehydrated, would it?
Well, he sure hadn't slowed down any.
2nd down and 6, a gain of 4 on the play for Reggie Hughes. This time they send 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. Jefferson drops, looks, got time, throws, got a man open, overthrows him about 5 yards. And his receiver was wide open. Harold Person, the wingback, at the 30-yard line. Incomplete.
Dr. Boyd, school year, I guess, is about a month or so old. How are things going regarding enrollment and just the trends and feel under your administration?
Well, I feel good. I hope everyone else does. Enrollment's up substantially at Lambuth College, and our financial picture is looking very, very positive. And that's always encouraging to a first-month president when you have that sort of thing going on. We're very encouraged right now.
Jimmy. Back to the action, 3rd down and 6 now. Jefferson again, drops straight back, looks to throw, shooting for Fox over the middle, and incomplete, and the flag flies, but late. A late flag on the play.
That was a good call.
I don't know, it's a good call, but he sure did wait a while to throw the hanky.
Yeah, but he was right.
Mike Singleton indicated why didn't the other guy throw the flag who had the coverage on the play, but that's... No, I'll say no more.
Well, we've talked about penalties all day. You know, I asked the guys at halftime, I said, how about going lighter on those flags?
Let's take a look at it one more time. I don't think there's any doubt that there was a penalty there. Let's look at it and
Jefferson's
see.
Back to throw the ball. See if we can pick it up.
I don't know. It was awfully close.
Yeah, he had his hand
awfully
on the ball.
close.
Well, I guess the officials are like the teams. The officials are taking turns throwing the flag and say, hey, man, it's your turn.
It's hard to argue with the guys. They're a lot closer to it down there than we are, but occasionally, like in any game, you're going to get some that everybody's not going to agree on, and there have been several of those today.
Is the penalty yardage, Jimmy, was it at halftime with Mike Singleton's figures anywhere close?
It was about 93 to 108. 108 for Lambuth, 93 for Lane.
That's not very far, then. That's pretty tight.
15 yards or so. That's in line, I would think. At any rate, it goes in the book as a pass interference. 1st and 10 now. Jefferson rolls out of the pocket. Got pressure. Mark Hazard hammered him, but he got it off. And picked off by the Eagles. At the 30, slides down at the 40-yard line. Jeff Branham, number 4, the strong safety from Dyersburg. Got that one on about the 3rd ricochet. Let's look at it. Jefferson throws.
1, 2. Oh, he got it.
Almost picked off by the first defender, and then Branham pulls it down, and that gives a little momentum to the blue and white going the other way, as Lane had the momentum before that.
I don't understand the footing. It hadn't rained here in 3 weeks, and they're sliding all over the field.
Seems like that grass is slick out
there. Yeah, it's short. Short and compact, and maybe the cleats just don't have anything to grab a hold of. It's awfully dry, too.
Yeah.
Garner at quarterback gives it to Haggard around the left side, and he is hit. Nice open field tackle as he crossed the 40 to about the 41-yard line. That's Rodney. No, it's not. Thought that was Rodney Easley again. Let's see who that was. Avery Carr, number 22 rather than 20, in there to make the stick from his safety position. Easley's been out there so much this year, it's just almost normal to say his name.
Dr. Boyd, what's the scholarship situation? Let me pick you up after the play on this one at Lambuth going to be like?
Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7. Nash to the far side of the field. Garner on the long count. Gives it up the middle this time and almost out to the 45, make it the 44-yard line. Ball carrier Anthony Thaxter in the ball game now. Leon Jackson on the tackle for Lane College.
Let's talk about scholarships, Dr. Boyd.
We at present are undergoing a study right now. Basically, that study means that I'm being acquainted with where we are right now with scholarships. And I expect to be making some pronouncement on that in the next month or so. As I said, we're committed to that. We understand how that's going to go, too.
3rd and 5. Garner drops back. Gonna throw. Shoots it and knocked down. And no flags, and I don't believe it.
I don't believe that either.
I'm sorry, but I got an opinion.
Well, you got some wild fans up there. They don't like that call at all.
Well, I can't say that I blame them. Again, not getting on the referee's case, but let's take a look at it again on the replay. Maybe it'll prove me wrong. He throws, and it looked like he was on him like a cheap suit to me, but what do I know? 5:34, clock stops on the incomplete pass, and they're going to punt it away. Kevin Ward to do the punting duties. High snap, he brings it down, got time, drills it out there. Hits at about the 20 and now is down at the 15-yard line, or did he touch it? Apparently he did. They're going to throw the beanbag out there at about the 15-yard line. Eddie Lee Herndon down the ball for the Eagles there, and that's where the Dragons of Lane College will take it over and head back the other direction.
Well, you're really seeing two evenly matched teams here. I'm a little surprised that it's still tied up like this. I guess that's a moral victory for Lambuth, at least so far.
Is that another question, Tom? Is that an observation, editorial-wise?
This guy's tough on me down here, Jimmy.
Tom, we're going to take a timeout while you and he change shirts.
I met my match, I believe.
At any rate, let's see if we can figure out where the ball is. It's about the 13-yard line, if my eyes don't fail me. 5:34 on the clock. Third quarter play, 13-13. All knotted up here at Lambuth College. And James Sewell, number 14, back in the ball game now at quarterback for Lane. He gives, fakes over the right side, rolls. Tim Williamson had him. Pitch back to Reginald Hughes. They may have gotten, no, he shakes loose. Hughes in the open. Hit and knocked out of bounds finally, and that guy is slippery. Jeff Branham finally put a shoulder pad into him as it looked like the entire student body had him in the end zone. Let's look at it again. Here we go.
Lambuth have Jefferson Corral right here. He pitches back to Hughes, and watch this right here. He's covered with Lambuth players, and how he gets out of it, how do you,
I nominate that for the play of the day.
There were at least 7 blue shirts on him at the goal line, yet the ball is now marked at what, the 24, 23?
I would check him for Vaseline. He's got to be green.
Some guys use Stickum. He uses Slickum. 5:21. Second down and 1 now for Lane College. Sewell over the middle. And enough for the first down. Jody Chambers with the football. Scott Jones in on the tackle first. Chambers, the fullback from Memphis, Tennessee. Hal Goldberg also in on the defensive move. Taking down close to 5 minutes now. Left in the third quarter of play. Still tied at 13. Sewell sets his offensive unit. Split receivers to both sides. Hughes in motion now. Fakes, throws it out in the flat to Hughes. He's got it there. Cuts back across against the seam and is ridden down by a good defensive play. The Lambuth Eagles, Leo Dorest, along with Tim Williamson, number 14.
And that's the first time Mr. Hughes has been thrown for a loss.
Jimmy Bryant in on the tackle also for Lambuth. Don't forget the Village Inn Pizza Parlor Players of the Game to be awarded. After the game is over, we'll announce that sometime during the fourth quarter play. And we've got our work cut out for us trying to figure out who that might be for both these teams today. There's been a lot of good individual efforts out there.
Say the official on the left.
4:14 now. Second down and 14. Loss on the play by Reginald Hughes. Sewell drops the throw, got time, looks over the middle, got a man open, picked off by Lambuth College, and another good defensive play, and no flags this time. Jeff Branham stepped in there and picked it off.
That's number 2 for Jeff.
That's 2 for Branham. Let's look again. He's got all day to throw, and a receiver right there. He had a receiver, Michael Bland, who cut across the middle, but he just overthrew him, and Branham was right there.
Hey, Jeff, tell me about the play. How'd you read it?
They posted backside, ran the sideline down the middle. I sit up in the middle of the field, and he cocked quick, looked at him all the way in.
Boy, maybe that'll lift the team now, huh?
God, I hope so.
Right. Tom, Lane College, 4 pass attempts, 2 interceptions, none complete this half. Garner looks to throw, got all kinds of time, throws it out there. That's Overby. Got it at the 10-yard line to the 8-yard line, and what a play down there. A nice defensive coverage down there also by his counterpart, number 11 for Lane College. Let's look at it again. Garner had all day to throw, hung it up there. Overby stopped, came back and got it. And Timothy Wright made a good defensive play, but Overby came down with the football. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. The crowd on their feet on this side of the field. They're fired up. Haggard and Fred Edwards in the backfield. Overby in the slot to the left, or tight left. That's Haggard banging his way inside the 5-yard line on the trap play to the left side.
Dr. Boyd, you're not a normal president. You're like a fan. You get excited.
Almost every day, Tom. That's the only way to be. You have to be continually up, I think, and at Lambuth, it's very easy to get excited about the present and the future.
Unusual, Jimmy.
Indeed, Tom, 2nd down and 2. Ball resting at the 2-second, from the 2-yard line, that is, I'm sorry. Garner sets the offensive unit, counts them down. A little movement by the defense that time. Haggard looking for room around the side, gets his block, dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Kenny Haggard. Scott Aiken, number 77, led the charge around the corner and blew a block in there to spring Kenny Haggard. And we've got a man down in the middle of the field. There's the replay on it. And you saw Haggard that time. He saw that orange cone and was not to be denied. Stuck it in the end zone. And we've got a man down out there, Alan Blankenship, number 50. The center is on the field and hurt. 2:56 left in the 3rd quarter of play. When Lambuth put that one in the end zone, they lead it by 6 now, 19-13. And Blankenship apparently got the wind knocked out of him. He's looking back across the line, and some tempers flare over there. Blankenship upset. Being assisted to the sidelines now. I think he's going to be okay once he calms down a little bit and shakes off the injury.
Kenny Haggard is doing the centering now for him.
Mike Kennedy to try the PAT. Snap is good. Kick is up and good. So with the score, Lambuth 20, Lane College 13. We'll take a break and be right back. Don't you go away.
The way you make me laugh, I like the funny things you do. You got a style that's all your own. I like the sprite in you. You make me want to smile. You know you make me sparkle too. You're such a kick to have around. I like the sprite in you.
Sprite, the only one with Lyman. The unexpected twist that makes us different. Livelier, special.
I like the sprite in you.
As the mountains, flowers, and rivers didn't just happen, neither did Jackson's electric department. In 1937, the progressive thinking of the citizens of Jackson gave birth to the idea of a city-owned electric distribution system. Progressive thinking has brought Jackson's electric department through the past 50 years, and progressive thinking will carry it into the future. We're proud to have served you for the past half-century.
Back at Lambuth College with a score now, the Eagles 20, Lane College 13 on the strength of a touchdown by Kenny Haggard. You see the young man just below us down there as he's on the bench taking a little breather now. Goldberg bangs it down the middle. Reginald Hughes will pick it up at the 15-yard line. Starts back up the middle, slips one tackle, now slips on the turf and falls down. They'll mark it at the 27, 28-yard line. And tippers are flaring and jerseys being grabbed on the far side.
Somebody had just been ejected from the game.
There's a flag on the ground over there.
We'll check that in a second, Jimmy. I've got Kenny Haggard with us, who just scored the touchdown. Kenny, looked to me like you saw the line and just were diving for it.
Offensive line is doing a great job.
we tried to run a sweep right then, and I saw I wasn't going to let him knock me out of bounds. I just dove from the end zone.
Did you do anything different at halftime to change? Y'all look pretty good here on the ground.
Well, you know, it's 13-13 and a half, and, you know, we knew we was right in the game, just like starting a new game over is what we was looking at. And like being here last year, we fell a little short, but, you know, this year we're going to get it.
Looking better, Kenny. Thank you here.
Positive attitude from the president's office seems to be filtering down to the players, doesn't it, Tom?
Right.
Absolutely. I like that.
Was anybody ejected for Lambuth?
I'll go see.
It appears that Harold Person, I believe it's number 40, and number 29, Bill Brown for the Eagles, both have been ejected from the contest. Big haul on the right-hand side, and a good running play over there is number 36, busted it around the right side and picked up enough for the first down and a few more to add to it. Jody Chambers, the ball carrier. Carlisle made the saving tackle on the far side of the field. So they need to settle down the arguments out there and get to playing football. Maybe a couple of ejections will get everybody else's attention. It's a sad way to do it, but it works. 2:35 and counting now. Lane with the football. They're down by 7. Ball at the 40-yard line. Give us to Chambers again. Met stacked up short of midfield. Let's mark it 49-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6 from that spot.
Hey, Mike. Mama, thank you.
Ralph Cockrell on the tackle for the Lambuth Eagles.
Proud of you, son. Proud of you.
49-yard line is where they mark the football just shy of midfield. 2nd down and 6 for the Dragons. James Sewell, number 14, is your quarterback now for Lane College as they send 2 receivers to the near side. Lone back in the backfield is Chambers. That's him with the football. And Mark Hazard wraps him up with a little help from his friends as he crossed midfield and knocked it down to about the 48. It'll be 3rd down now and 5 officially as they mark the football just between the hash marks. Let's call it the 47, 48-yard line, make that. 3rd and 4 now.
Hey, Fresh.
Apparently, Person was not the individual who was put out of the ball game as he's in now. That's Rodney Chambers again. Hit and met at the line of scrimmage and falls forward for a gain of a couple. Leo Dorest met him face-to-face, literally that time.
Jimmy, looks like the Eagles are fired up. Dr. Boyd, understand we have another guest you want to introduce to the audience.
Thanks, Tom. We have a new vice president at Lambuth College, Dr. Frank Creason, who has come on as vice president for institutional advancement, and I was successful in luring him from Overland Park down here to the garden spot of the South, Jackson, Tennessee, and Frank's going to be helping in a lot of areas at the university.
4th down and 1 now.
Great to be here.
4th and 1, a big play for the Eagles, a big play for the Dragons. They made it. Snap. Got the first down over the right side of the line. Tim Williamson was jumping around and pointing over there, but no flag thrown. Goldberg made the tackle. Jody Chambers got the first down for the Lane College Dragons, and they needed that one. Stuart Goldberg coming off for a little rest now. Ball rests now at the 44-yard line of Lambuth with the Dragons in possession. 18 seconds and counting here in the 3rd quarter of play. Sewell counts it down. Drops back to throw. Good protection. Got a man in the middle. Hit him there is Fox. And he is knocked down at the 24-yard line. Branham up to make the tackle from his strong safety spot. Let's take a look at the replay once again. Sewell, no doubt about it, dropped straight back, stayed in the pocket, had a man open right there and hit him on the numbers. That's Tony Fox from Memphis, and he hauled it down and was immediately knocked down by the Eagle defense. The horn sounds. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. The score, Lambuth 20, Lane 13.
It all starts here. The The price, the service, the satisfaction at NC Edwards Motor Company.
At NC Edwards, we take the time to know your needs. Selling quality products like Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge, you're assured of reliability, value, and performance. In just 5 years, NC Edwards has helped West Tennesseans drive away with that Chrysler hometown advantage.
It all starts here.
It all starts here at NC Edwards Motor Company, 735 South Highland, Jackson.
Before you load up the family car and take to the highways, check out Highland Radiator's air conditioning special. For only $19.95, Highland Radiator will add up to 4 cans of Freon, leak check, and inspect your air conditioning system. The Cool Team is West Tennessee's experienced leader in radiator and air conditioning service, with the most technically advanced shop in the area. It's Highland Radiator when you need a professional. See the Cool Team at Highland Radiator, and we'll help you keep your cool.
1st and 10 for Lane College. Give is to Chambers up the middle, and nothing doing there as he's jammed up at about the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a yard or so out of the play. We'll see where they mark it. Ralph Cockrell, 71, in on the bottom of it, along with Mark Hazard, number 55.
Trivia question.
All right.
Is the Chamber kid related to the president?
I don't know. Good question.
Well, I guess I'll have to try to find out.
Well, I'm a little bit short of cord up here. I think I'll leave that up to you. Limping off the field now is Ralph Cockrell. It was in on that tackle. Looks like he's got maybe an ankle problem or possibly a cramp. It is a little warm out here for these guys today.
I think it's a cramp. And that does hurt.
Yes, indeed. I've had those myself. I know how he feels. Clock is stopped as the officials stop it at 14:21. We're in the 4th quarter of play now. The Village Inn Pizza Parlor players of the game for both sides to be decided upon and announced a little bit later on this afternoon, so stay tuned for that. And Tom Mapes will make the presentation of those trophies at the end of the ball game during our post-game show. Cockrell being assisted over here on the sidelines. There are the 3rd quarter stats. We'll get to those in just a second. 2nd down and 7. James Sewell sets the Dragons, drops straight back, gonna throw, got a man open, in and out of his fingertips at the sideline, and the intended receiver, Darrell Matthews, no good. Go ahead with the stats now, Hi.
Lane rushed 11 times for 44 yards. They threw the ball 5 times, completed 1, had 2 intercepted for 21 yards. They penalized twice for 30 yards, a total of 65 yards. Lambuth rushed 12 times for 28 yards, threw 3 times, completed 2 for 40 yards, had 2 penalties for 20 yards, total of 68 yards.
About even for the 3rd quarter. But Lambuth has
7 points.
Lambuth has 7 more on the board, and 2 interceptions during that quarter also. Sewell again, straight back on the drop. Got a man wide open in the corner. He can't get it off. Now throws it out there, and they both go up for it. And he came down with the football. Tony Fox and Jeff Branham both went up for the football, and Fox came down with it.
Offensive pass interference.
Good concentration on the play. Correction, we'll check that again. As you see Sewell roll, throw it out there. Both of them go up. You may be right.
A seesaw game, huh, boys?
Jeff Branham, number 4 on the coverage down there. And it comes up as a touchdown for Lane College, and they're going to try to put the other point on the board. Well, will they go for 2, or will they try to kick it through? You heard what Coach McCall said earlier, Hi, that the kicking is suspect, and they did go for 2 the first time around.
Well, in the one they went for, they made, it was weak. So
it was weak, but it got through the goal, to the uprights.
This could be the game.
They're going to go for 2.
Could be the game, right here.
Thinking, as Tom is, that this could be the game. And there's a flag down in the end zone. They're going to get a delay of game penalty against Lane College on this one. Now somebody throws a shoe in from the sideline.
Well, that's late flag.
After the way that Lane looked on that first attempt at the extra point, I've seen junior high teams that look better, but it went through.
That's true. And he made no bones about that earlier, that his kicking was definitely suspect. That's why he didn't try it the first time.
They're still going for 2.
Looks like they're going to go for it. Reginald Hughes is in the backfield. Tony Fox in motion now. Sewell steps, flags fly, throws. It's complete. And the 2 points will go up on the board.
But
the catch by Darrell Matthews.
We're going to bring that one back, I'm sure.
There is a flag down. Let's see who it's going to affect. It appears to be Mike Singleton is conjecturing illegal procedure against Tony Fox. There's the throw and the catch in the end zone, but it's going to go for naught. And Mr. Singleton's prognostication apparently was correct.
Did you expect otherwise?
No, that'll be 30 cents for that big word. 14:02 left on the stadium clock in the ball game. Lambuth right now is up by 1, 20-19. Lane has just scored. And 2 penalties have prevented them from putting any extra points on the board. They're going to go for it once again. Again, Fox is in motion. Flags fly. I think we've got a procedure again. This one goes incomplete. At that time, both Mike Singleton and myself had our eye on Tony Fox as he went in motion toward the middle, and it looked like he turned upfield about a half a count too soon. And that is going to be the case, I believe. And that is the case. Illegal procedure. And it will be declined. And the PAT goes 0. And Lambuth still maintains a 1-point lead. So with the score 20-19, we'll break and come right back. The extra business systems from ITT are available from your authorized ITT sales and service dealer for West Tennessee, Mid-South Computers. Whether it's service or training, Mid-South Computers can successfully accommodate your business needs. And the extra business system provides you with a multi-user system or a local area network server or the 300 workstation. Call Mid-South Computers today for more information on the extra business system from ITT. There you see the situation. 14:02 left on the clock. That is in the fourth quarter and for the whole contest, as they say. 20-19. The 20 belongs to Lambuth. The 19 on the Lane College side of the scoreboard. And they will kick it off. And Lambuth will have possession with 14:02 left to go. Been a hard-fought ball game. A lot of penalties, unfortunately, for both these teams. And some strange ones from time to time. But nonetheless, it's been a close ball game all the way through. Lane sets up the kicking team now. Back deep for Lambuth College, wearing number 10 is Chris Nash. It's a high end-over-ender. It's going to come down to Jeff Wheely at the 25-yard line, looking for somewhere to go. Skips over one guy and then knocks it out to about the 34-yard line. And Lambuth will have fairly decent field position to work with from their own 34.
I think the way old Jeff was looking around there, he was looking for one of those alleys.
Yes, indeed. Don't blame him. 13:55 shows on the clock now. It's stopped, obviously, as the Eagles send the offensive unit onto the field, and we'll try to get things cranked up here. Nash splits far to the right side of the field. Keith Nance, the tight end, on the near side. Haggard in the backfield along with Edwards. Garner gives to Edwards, met at the line of scrimmage, and no gain on that one. May have gotten a half a yard as he fell forward. Carvey White up to make the tackle.
But Jimmy, Dr. Boyd has the game plan, and everybody knows what we need to do to win this game right now, which is
run the clock, run the clock.
And get a few first downs.
Oh, in the process. In the process. That's how you run the clock.
They've been doing good on the ground game here in the second half. I'm impressed.
I'm really impressed with what the modifications our coaches have made since the last game.
Second down and 10 now. No gain on the first attempt. Garner sets him again. Same alignment this time. Long count. This is Haggard. Got a block on the corner. Needs another one. Cuts back up inside. Football is loose. Lane College has the football as it popped loose from the grasp. Jeffrey Boyle, number 44, came up with the loose football, but there is a flag on the play.
Garner hands off to
Haggard.
Excuse me. The ball just popped out of his hand.
Tried to cut back up inside, and the ball came loose, and the Eagles are extremely happy. Looks like we may have a penalty against Lane. Offsides, Lane College. And how many times have you heard me say that today? Folks down here on the Lane College end not happy at all with that call, but it's a situation that has occurred over and over and over again all day long, and something that they apparently have not been able to pick up and correct.
How many penalties do you have on Lane College so far in the game?
We'll go back and check, Tom. I think there was like 18 at the end of the first half, if I remember correctly.
When you get over 20, you call that a bunch?
But Tom, as I just indicated, and you might get a comment from Dr. Boyd, that particular penalty has been recurring all the game for them. 17 penalties against Lane College.
17 total for the entire game with still 13 minutes to go, right?
Right.
That's sloppiness, and I know Neil McCall's not going to be happy about that. How about Lambuth?
We'll check on that for you as we look and see the offside call against Lane College.
The Dragons have been their worst enemy.
They have all day long. 10 against Lambuth, 17 against Lane thus far in the ball game.
27 penalties and still 13 minutes to go.
They walk it off in a northerly direction. Offsides. Lane College, second down and 5.
The Eagles have dodged a few bullets, wouldn't you say, Dr. Boyd?
Well, I see it just making the best of opportunities, Tom.
There are no problems, there are opportunity areas. Have you heard that before? Garner sets him now as Nash comes wide to the near side. Haggard and Edwards in the backfield. Motion now, that is Edwards, and face mask on that one. I could see it from up here. And somebody got a hand in the middle and pulled him to the ground. Fred Edwards, the freshman, gets up, checks the equipment, still looking forward, and goes back to the huddle.
It's a miracle Lane is still on the field in the ball game with that many penalties.
18 penalties now against Lane College, and Neil McCall has got to be upset about this situation.
Jim, Lambuth has a new center, Randy Kirk, number 72. And that has to have some effect on the ball game, too, doesn't it?
Well, I'm sure it kind
I don't
of
know how many snaps he's had.
changes the cadence a little bit and the way he handles the football. He replaces Alan Blankenship, who was injured a little earlier. Blankenship is on the sidelines with a towel around his neck and his shoulder pads off. 12:55, clock is running now. Lambuth up by 1, 20-19. It's second down and, first down and 10. Garner on the long count once again, fakes to Haggard, gonna throw, got time, throws, overthrows. Richie Pinkston in the area, along with number 10, Chris Nash, and neither one able to get a handle on that one. Good pressure by Lane College that time. Larry Brummett, our handheld field cameraman, right in the middle of that one.
But he's still there.
He's still there and hanging tough.
Did he get in a good block?
Seven.
Yes, Mike Singleton said, never mind the block, did he get the shot? I'll ask Hayes Greenwood when this is over with. 12:37 now. It'll be second down and 10 inside Lane territory. Again, long count by Brad Garner. Fakes it inside, gonna keep, hit now and knocked out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Ed Winder or Winder, whichever the case may be, on the tackle for Lane College.
Dr. Boyd, what's it going to take for Lambuth to establish themselves with football coaches, high school coaches in West Tennessee to send their athletes here?
I think believing the president of Lambuth College when we say that we're in football to stay at Lambuth College, and once that the message gets out, then I think that you're going to see quantum leaps in the program here.
Good point.
And that's good to hear, especially if you're a Lambuth College alum or a Lambuth College football fan. Overby, split wide, yes. Split wide to the far side. Nash to the near side. Well, I got away with it.
He's got a man
Garner
open.
to throw. Overby's there. Got it. Drops the football. And incomplete as Lane College folks dive all over it, thinking it might have been complete and dropped. But Overby in the open just couldn't find the handle.
That's what happens when you have a long game. It becomes lambage.
Lambage, that's right. We'll try to make a decision on our players of the game here as the Village Inn Pizza Parlor will present 2 trophies. That's trophies, not trophages. Kevin Ward to kick it away, heads it for the corner, kicks it deep, and it's going to be into the end zone, almost knocked down at the 1, but not quite. And Lane will bring the football out and start from their own 20-yard line, trailing by only 1 point.
Can't get much closer than that.
So the clock is stopped at 12:12. We're in the 4th quarter of play. 20-19 the score with Lambuth on top.
I guess we're back to the basic game plan. Eagles want their clock to roll, and of course Lane has a long way to go. Might as well be 7 as much as 1, because you know they don't have a kicking game for a field goal.
That's
so you
true.
don't have to worry about that.
Good observation. They're going to have to take it 80 yards to put some points on the scoreboard, and they're going to have to do it without penalty if they can. Fox in motion again. He's the one that's given them a little bit of trouble on penalties. Not this time, though. That's Chambers over the right side, still fighting for yardage out across the 25 to the 26. The ball came out. Fox picked it up, but whistle had already blown, and he's going to have to bring it back. Apparently had no receipt for it, and they're going to ask him to bring it back.
Can't bring it back without a receipt.
But, you know, you rather you guys pick up the ball and run with it than stand there and watch it lay on the ground.
That's for sure.
Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4.
Second down and 4.
11:28 now, 2nd down and 4. Motion again from the far side to the near is Person. They give it to Reginald Hughes. He makes a cutback. Referee got in the way, cuts it back up the middle now. Still running away from folks. And everybody and their brothers missed him. Now they finally corral him and knock him down out there. Charlie Jones, number 46, over to make the tackle. And one of the Lambuth players grabs the back of the leg in pain. Let's look at it again, Hi. This guy is everywhere.
Watch this. He reverses his field. He breaks tackles here. Another one there. He's unreal. Reginald Hughes. And he finally ran out of gas, I believe.
Shoo. He makes me tired just watching him.
Yeah, he's slow getting up. I believe he's hurt his knee, Jim.
I just lost the card that we're supposed to write our players of the game on as the wind came up here.
Try the Queen of Spades.
Hughes favoring his left leg out there while they sort this out. With 11:09 left on the clock, I'll ask the guys in the truck if they need a commercial break. We might get one in. Now we're going to keep it here as things are pretty well up to date.
You thought you were going to get a breather, didn't you?
I thought I might.
Sad to see him.
Hughes is being carried off the field, and that is not a good sign. And I tell you what, Hi, you know, a guy that makes those kind of cuts at the speed that he makes them, man, that's got to be hard on the knees and ankles.
Well, it's got to be, and it's sad to see a young man with his ability leave the game.
That it is. That it is. Let's see who they put in his place. Give is to Chambers over the right side. He knocks it out near the 40, maybe the 41-yard line.
I don't think you can replace a man like him.
That's what I was going to say. You might send somebody in there in his place, but you're not going to replace a guy like that.
Somebody else has to take up the slack.
You know, only being one down, looks like Lane is kind of content to stay on the ground here for the time being.
Well, they got plenty of time, Tom. With 10:32 left, they got time to grind it out and take it in for the last touchdown and win the ball game.
Julius Woodard, number 25, in the ball game now for Lane College. First time we've seen that shirt today. Chambers again, red and hammered at the line of scrimmage, knocked back for a loss of maybe 1 or 2. Ralph Cockrell blew through there and made him pay the price.
That's what you call leaving the alleys open.
Leaving the back door open. 3rd down and 5. Correction, they're going to back it up. Let's see where they mark the football now. They mark it at the 40-yard line, which is about the line of scrimmage. I thought they had him for a loss or so, but I'm wrong. 3rd down and 5 now. Inside 10 minutes in the ball game. Lambuth up by 1, 20-19. It's been a close one all day. Sewell, straight drop, got 3 men on the far side of the field, goes up the middle, got his man there, and Lambuth to the rescue, knocks him down at the 42-yard line.
After he picks up the 1st down.
Dorest and Goldberg up to make the tackle. The young man on the reception end was Person. There's the throw right up the middle, and he was right on the money with that one, and a good pass and reception on the play for Lane College. We indicated earlier that our information was that Person was one of the young men ejected earlier. That apparently is not the case, and we apologize to him. Sewell again, straight drop back, got plenty of time to throw, throws across the middle, picked off, almost knocked down at least by Stuart Goldberg, number 92. And a good defensive play as he came diving across in front of that one. That's Stuart Goldberg, I believe the older of the Goldberg boys. At least he's got a bigger number, so we'll assume he's older.
2 years older and 10 pounds heavier.
All right. I had the same problem. Only mine's 2 weeks older and 10 pounds heavier. It's a terrible thing. Clock is stopped at 9:09 on the incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 now. Ball marked at the 41-yard line of Lambuth. Lane with the football. Sewell, straight drop again. They flood the left side. He throws a little flare out there looking for Jody Chambers, and that was going to go incomplete as he just flipped it right over the top of his head. So that'll make it 3rd down and 10 from the same spot, the 41-yard line. Sewell back to the huddle now as Person checks out the other side. Harold Person, number 40. They send Michael Bland and James Fox, Tony Fox, to the far side of the field, split wide to that side. The tight end Matthews is on the near side. Stack him in the backfield with Chambers at the fullback spot. Sewell, straight drop. Hughes is back in the ball game. Forced out of the pocket now. Got to move. Williamson came up and put the pressure on him, and he throws in the general vicinity of Darrell Matthews. Incomplete. And again, credit to Ralph Cockrell, 71, and the number 14, Tim Williamson, who applied the late pressure and made him have to unload incomplete. 4th down and 10, 3 pass plays in a row, all incomplete by Lane College. Score still stands at 20-19. Lambuth ahead in the ball game as they send Chris Nash back in single punt coverage.
Please don't hit the corner.
Lane will punt it away. Snap is mishandled. He now picks it up, heads for the sideline, and there's a flag down on the play, and he is hit and knocked out of bounds over there. Timothy Wright, the punter, mishandled the snap and picked the ball up and tried to get it going. And we've got a Lambuth player hurt at the 45-yard line. He is number 42. That is Leo Dorest.
And he is definitely in pain.
He is in pain for sure, and I think 8:45 left on the clock. It stopped as they ministered to Dorest there at the 45-yard line. Here's our Village Inn players of the game. For Lambuth College, it goes to number 4, Jeff Branham, with 2 big interceptions this afternoon. And for Lane College, also a defensive player, Rodney Easley, number 20, who, as we have said from time to time throughout the day, has been everywhere defensively for the Lane College Dragons.
Illegal procedure against Lane College. It was declined, Jim. The Eagles will take over at their own 39-yard line.
Thank you, Mr. Sailors, for that update. And the Eagles will indeed have it 1st and 10 from the 30. Let's make that the 34-yard line. 8:44. Clock will start on the snap as Lambuth has the football again. Garner barks out the signals. Gives it to Haggard. Got a block on the corner. Cuts back up inside, but good pursuit this time. And a good open field tackle by number 44. Jeffrey Boyle for Lane College knocked him down over there.
Dr. Boyd, this would be a nice crowning touch to your day as being installed as president of Lambuth, wouldn't it, to win this one?
Sure would. This would be sweet, Tom.
How do you feel? You think we can do it with 1 point spread to 8 minutes to go? What's going to be important here in the next few minutes?
Well, right now we've got to maintain ball control. That's got to keep it on the ground if possible, and pop it if we get a chance.
Okay, Tom, here we go. 2nd and 9. Gain of 1 on that play. Wide receiver to the far side of the field. Garner gives to Fred Edwards. Bangs his head in forward to the 40-yard line. Bowl once again up to make the tackle for the Dragons of Lane College. Another workhorse this afternoon.
That's the 45, Jim. Someone has moved the marker.
Jimmy, ever heard of carrying the president on the field?
Not lately, no.
The team grabbing the president and hauling him off?
They may do it.
That could happen. You never know.
I tell you what, if they put this one in the book, they may haul off bench and all. Who knows?
Right. I hope they come up here and get us.
7:31 now. Clock is running 3rd down and 4, and High is right at the 45-yard line. Fakes to Haggard, gonna throw, pressure, throws, got a man open, complete at the 40-yard line to Nash. Chris Nash cuts across from the wide receiver spot, and he hit him right on the numbers under extreme pressure.
They're following Dr. Boyd's leadership by staying on the ground.
Coach Pappas out on the field to have a word with Richie Pinkston, number 39, who relays the information to Brad Garner. See what Nick has up his sleeve for the guys. 7:15, clock is running. Nash, it comes to the near side this time. Overby, tight on the right-hand side. Edwards and Haggard in the backfield. Garner gets it down. Gives to Haggard, round the side, got a hold, fumble the ball, and I think Lambuth may have fallen on it. It's hard to tell. William Brown put a tremendous hit on Kenny Haggard and separated him from the football.
William is mean.
79 for Lambuth fell on the football, and I don't find a 79 on my program. We'll try to find out who that was, Tom.
A Phantom.
At any rate, Lambuth maintained possession. 2nd and 7. Gardner counts it down again. Nash to the far side this time. Fred Edwards, big hole over the left side, inside to 30, down to the 27-yard line. Ed Winder, or Winder, as you will, made the tackle. Overby checks back into the game now for the Eagles of Lambuth College as they put another first down in the record book.
Dr. Boyd, shouldn't surprise you, but the quarterback club on TRTV was 6-0 in favor of Lane to win this game. Typical, huh?
Yeah, you bet.
You take that comment most any way you wanted to, couldn't you? But I think I know what he meant. Haggard around the right side now. They string him out and knock him down about the line of scrimmage. Never gave him a chance to cut it back up inside. John Carpton up to make the play for Lane College. No gain on the play. Let's make it 2nd down. And 10 from the 29-yard line. Lambuth operating in Lane College territory. 5:22, the clock is rolling. And Tom, right now they're doing what they want to do, and that is eat up some time.
Yep, it's working.
Nash to the near side. Haggard and Edwards in the backfield. Haggard, reverse to Overby. Tucks that ball in and hangs on tight as he crossed the 25 into the 24-yard line. And a reverse. Carvey White up to make the tackle for Lane College. Reverse that time from Garner to Haggard to Overby. Sounds like a double play combination.
What's that, 6-3?
Timeout has been called. It's charged to Lambuth College. So with timeout on the field, Lambuth leads it 20-19.
They say that these are our golden years, but living on a fixed income just isn't that easy. But our local electric power distributor showed us how we could cut our electric heating bills in half. With a high-efficiency electric heat pump, they even provided us a low-interest loan. So if you're looking to save money, call your electric power representative today and ask about the heat pump financing program. It'll add a little gold to all those years.
We're your local electric power distributor. Let us help.
Timeout still on the field as it is charged to Lambuth College. That is their first of the half. They got 2 left, right, Mike? 1 left, I'm sorry.
Jimmy, you never had anybody like number 5 helping you out when you played football, did you?
Not that I could talk about, no.
We had 2 similar.
Well, that's maybe I ought to do an interview with 5. That's one I haven't.
I think you should.
All right, I'll see if I can see if 5 will talk to us.
4:49. It sounds like a robot or something. We'll talk to number 5.
With 4:49 left in this game, 1 point difference. It's mighty quiet here, isn't it?
It is. It is. But we'll see what can happen as they're doing what they...
Tom has corralled number 5.
What they number 5 just slipped away from Tom.
Running.
Hey, 5's bigger than I am. I'm not going to make her.
Okay. 3rd down and 5 now. Lambuth with the football. It's a long 5, almost 6 from the way the markers look over there. Garner fakes to Haggard. Got pressure. Throws. Pinkston got the ball. And a flying reception by Richie Pinkston at the 16-yard line. Enough for the first down and enough to keep Lambuth in possession of the football, which is just what they want to do.
The one thing you're noticing, Jim, is that Coach Jim Hardigree is not being conservative. He's not staying on the ground. He's going for the first down.
Yes. Yeah, Jim's calling a good game here.
I talked to
game coming in from down there, and Jim's, of course, validating everything that comes in.
Talked to Jim earlier in the week, Tom, and he said they had a new game plan coming in, and the game plan was ball control, and they have done that, especially in the last 5 minutes or so. Garner counts it down, fakes it into Edwards, gives it to Haggard. Got room inside to the 15-yard line.
Pickup of about 3.
Gain of 2, maybe 3 on the play. 4:20 and counting.
I have now figured out why number 5 won't talk to Tom Mapes. That is the mascot's girlfriend.
Aha. They marked the ball at the 15-yard line. Gain of 3, as Mr. Sailors was correct. 2nd down and 7 from that point. Brad Garner, the senior quarterback, brings his team to the line. Nash is split to the far side. Overby to the right side. Correction, Nash is to the near side of the field. Fred Edwards, big hole, rambles 10 inside to the 8-yard line. And the young freshman, 5'11", 205-pounder from Florence, Alabama, rambled on inside the 10 down to about the 8-yard line. Ed Winder and Jeff Boyle over to make the tackle for Lane College, and Lambuth is knocking at the door. 3rd down and about 2 from there. Again, Nash comes to the near side. Overby and Pinkston to the right side. Edwards and Haggard, your running backs. That's Haggard, got a hole, knocks it inside the 5, and he got the first down, I believe. Rodney Easley, our player of the game for Lane College, makes the tackle, and it is indeed 1st and 10 for the Lambuth Eagles. And now the crowd comes to life. Below us, the aluminum bleachers come to life, as do the Lambuth fans as they smell pay dirt. About 4 yards away from it, Pinkston checks into the ball game. Along with Thaxter, excuse me, huh?
Can you believe all that noise is coming from 2 kids here about 8 years old beating on the stand?
No, I don't believe that. That's Kerry Justice, and timeout has been called by the Lambuth Eagles. 3:16 left in the ball game, and while we've got a timeout, we'll take a break and return to Lambuth College.
Getting up in the world starts with getting up in the morning and dressing for success. The 1-hour Martinizing touch to your wardrobe can do wonders for you. A fresh laundered shirt, a smart-looking suit, and you're ready. 1-hour Martinizing, serving the Jackson area since 1957.
Thanks, Andy. 1-hour Martinizing sure has made the difference for me.
Well, Bob, you may have overdone it this time.
Back at Lambuth College, you see the mascot, the Big Eagle, on the screen there, and some happy fans in the stands. That was Lambuth's last time out. They have no more left to work with. 3:16 left on the clock. The object has been, for the past 5 or 6 minutes, ball control. That's the object, and they have done that high. They've kept the football, made the first downs when they had to make them, and kept Lane from getting their hands on the football, and you got to have it to score with it.
You've got to do that, and they've done it.
If Lambuth can put one more touchdown on the board, I think the game will be on ice. Although Lane College is awfully explosive, they throw the ball, and they've got a man who can fly.
And look for Fred Edwards to get this ball, the big number 33.
Garner sets the team. Edwards and Haggard. And didn't get the block that he needed on the corner to make the corner over there. Good play defensively by Avery Carr and William Brown over to make the tackle for Lane College.
He lost a yard on
You're under 3 now.
Looks like he may have lost a yard on the play. Back it up to about the 5 if that's where they mark it. That is, in fact, where they mark it. Be 2nd down and goal from there. Inside 3 minutes now. Clock is running. You can bet Brad Garner will use all the time at his disposal. Need 4.5. Long 4, let's call it. Garner marks the signals. Fred Edwards, big hole, touchdown, Lambuth College. And Big Fred, number 33, blew it through a good hole in that offensive line. Let's give them some credit up front. Let's take a look at it again, High.
Gardner gets hands off to Edwards, 205 pounds of solid steel, and he's in there.
That's a good hold in the middle of the line.
You gotta have a big hole for Fred to go through.
That's true. 26-19 the score now. Lambuth needs this one to guarantee a tie should Lane be able to score and go for two. Kick is up.
And
it is
good.
No good, they say, off to the right side. So at any rate, Lambuth puts another score on the board. There are only 2:27 left to go. And we'll keep it here now as they lead it by 7. And this one has gotten interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, but you know, that kick looked mighty good from here. That just goes to show you what looks good.
Hey, guys, while you got it here, I got Fred Edwards, who just scored the touchdown. Fred, you think that one put it on ice for the Eagles?
Nah, we ain't laying down for nothing. We still got a ball game. We got 2 minutes, 27 seconds left.
Any trouble getting in?
Nah, we're untouched.
All right. Jimmy.
Okay, thank you, Tom, and thank you, Fred. Let me get my numbers straight. 13 plays, Tom, 62 yards, and capped by the touchdown, the 4-yard run by Fred Edwards, the freshman.
He didn't want to say it was on ice, though, did he?
No, and I don't blame him. You know, there's still 2:27 left to go in this thing, and Reginald Hughes is back in the ball game. He's the speedster.
And 8 will beat you.
Yes, indeed. It will every time. 26-19 the score, 2:27 left on the clock. Hal Goldberg tees the ball up at the 35-yard line, and the crowd over here on the Lambuth end of the bench is electric. Down on the Lane College end, it's kind of quiet right now, but that could all change in just a big hurry if things fall the way they would like for them to. Hal Goldberg to kick it off. Everybody's set. Boots it down the middle, away from Reginald Hughes. He picks it up at the 5 finally. Cuts back, slips, and now is hit and dropped at about the 16-yard line. Bomar in there to wrestle him to the ground as Hughes had his momentum cut out from under him when he lost his footing trying to turn back inside. Information from the truck, today's attendance, 78,322 paid. And we don't know exactly where, but somewhere there are that many people. Yes, our statistician says that's close, guys, but you push the decimal point must go to the left a little bit.
They left it when they scored the last touchdown.
They all filed out, right, as they always say. They're filing for the exits. Not in this one, though. 2:20 left to go. 7-point deficit for the Lane College Dragons. They have the ball at the 17-yard line, their own 17. Sewell drops straight back to throw. Hazard putting some pressure on now. Sewell slips. Hazard falls on him. It's down right there. Mark Hazard, number 55, along with Ralph Cockrell, 71, forced him out of the pocket, and he slipped and fell at that point. Second down and a loss of 5, 2nd and 15. Under 2 minutes now, 1:57 to be exact.
Mark Hazard's getting a little excited. He's out there slapping them hands, swinging arms. He's got time, too.
Tell you the truth, guys, you know, we picked our 2 players of the game, but it's awfully difficult to pick one with as much time left as we have to sometimes. Sewell, correction, that is Jefferson to throw, hits his man complete at the 26-yard line. The receiver, Darrell Matthews, as Stephen Jefferson checks back in at the quarterback slot.
They're going to have to start going either longer or get out of bounds much quicker. There's another time.
Timeout has been called. It's Lane College's timeout this time as they want to talk things over with. We'll keep it here with 1:21 to go. And, Tom, this one is going to go down to the wire, it looks like.
Right. Dr. Boyd's been with us, as you know, as we play to this camera this way. Dr. Boyd's been with us the entire second half, trying to help us out here with some commentary and some very much so. And we wanted to learn more about you and Lambuth, and we have. And I know you're just thrilled with the way things are going. Anything you want to say to the Lambuth fans that didn't make it to the game? When's your next home game, you know?
That's a good question, and let me think for a moment.
I'll
I didn't mean to hit you with such a hard question, but you don't walk around with the pocket scheduling.
I don't. But let's see.
That's okay.
Still taking time. Way to go.
How much I finally stumped you, huh?
The next home game is, Tom, the next home game is October 31st against Campbellsville, Kentucky.
Coming out today.
Halloween, right?
That's
31st?
right. That's
31st
correct.
is your next home game.
Okay, thanks, Tom. You're going to be here to cover that for us?
Like a rug.
Yeah.
Back to the action. Stephen Jefferson at quarterback. Got a man, no, throws, almost picked off in there. Number 44 for Lambuth College. Got a big hand up there and knocked it down. Incomplete. Scott Jones almost picked that one off. And the clock stops again with 1:15.
Jim, this has been a good, hard-fought ball game. It's been close all the way. And if you remember back to last year, it was the same kind of game.
It really
went down
was.
to the wire.
Absolutely correct. Stephen Jefferson in at quarterback for the Dragons now. I believe it was a 6-point spread last year, if I remember correctly. 7 right now in Lane's favor, right. Jefferson drops the throw. Mark Hazard gets through, forces him out of the pocket. He's going to run with it now and hit by Scott Jones and knocked down as he crossed the 30-yard line and in first down territory, enough for 1st and 10 there. Jones finally corralled him, and this guy's got some speed on him too, High. First time we've seen him really run with the football this afternoon.
Well, he's not running the ball bad at all. When you get caught back there, you got to do something with it. Either eat it or go for it.
That's
and
true.
Went for it.
He took door number 2, Monty. 55 seconds now and counting. Jefferson gonna throw, got time, puts it out there, complete, and the ball comes loose. It's on the ground and dived on by Lambuth College. Let's see what
Incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Incomplete.
It is an incomplete pass. I was looking at the downfield official who made no call.
But the one up here did.
The one up here did call it incomplete. Coach McCall coming out now as there's a Dragon player down. Got it there, hit immediately, and I agree with the call. I think it was an incomplete pass. But Goldberg and company dived on it just in case.
Who is the young man, the intended receiver, Jim, who's down on the field?
That is Darrell Matthews, a 210-pounder from Holly Springs, Mississippi. He is down, and he took an awfully strong hit by the Lambuth secondary that time. And probably he'll hear his bells ringing and wondering where all the air went. 47 seconds, clock is stopped after the incompletion, and they are absolutely ecstatic on the Lambuth sidelines. Tom, you may have trouble catching Coach Hardegree unless you can reach up on a lineman's shoulders to interview him if this thing doesn't change.
I can outrun him if he's on the shoulders.
Want to bet?
On the shoulders? I'm not that slow.
You want to bet?
Still taking care of the injured player down there on the field. Don't forget, coming up after the ball game is completed, hope to get a chat with both head coaches, Neil McCall and Jim Hardegree. And Tom Mapes will also be presenting the Village Inn Players of the Game trophy. Our post-game show, as usual, will be brought to you by Tom Lawlers, your #1 Xerox agent in America. All the guys out there, Papa Joe, Bill and Bob and company. But that is 47 seconds away on the clock, and a lot can happen in 47 seconds.
Did you guys bring the trophies from home?
They are on the field, yes.
Good to see Darrell Matthews get up off the field after a lick like that and walk off on his own horse.
Darrell Matthews walks off, as you say, High, under his own power, and that is good to see. Steve Jefferson, that is, still your quarterback. He's a 6'2.5", 182-pounder out of Memphis, Tennessee. And according to the program, has no years of experience, must be a freshman quarterback. He showed a lot of class this afternoon. Straight drop back, good pressure, throws it out there. Got a man in and out of his hands. That is Person, incomplete. Branham on the coverage, along with Scott Jones. And we only lost about 4 seconds off the clock that time. 42 seconds now. 3rd down and 10.
Well, the only thing Mr. Jefferson can do is go straight back and throw it downfield and pray.
That's right. They're looking for the big score, and that's what they've got to have. With 42 seconds, there's no time to grind it out. Jefferson again, straight drop. Got time now. Throws. Incomplete at the 40-yard line. The intended receiver over here, Michael Bland. So that's going to chalk up another one, make it 4th down and 10 now. 36 seconds left on the clock. and for all practical purposes in the ball game if they do not convert here. Mike Singleton indicates they did convert a 4th and 7 on the scoring drive earlier, so nothing is impossible. 4th and 10. Jefferson to throw, looking.
They got a man
shoots,
open,
got him open right there and complete at the 42-yard line. Goldberg on the defensive. Tackle made by Charles Jones, number 46. The receiver, Michael Bland. That's good enough for another first down, so they've got a few more shots at it. Clock at 30 seconds.
Timeout, Lane.
Timeout has been called once again. This one charged to Lane College, and they have one more left after this one. So here's what it all boils down to. 30 seconds left on the game clock. 7 points separate the two teams. 26 for Lambuth, 19 for Lane. If Lane can get it in the end zone in 30 seconds, it'll all depend on the PAT. Will they go for 2? They would have to win it.
Go deep.
There you get a look at the Lambuth College huddle. They talk things over on the sideline. 30 seconds left in the ball game. Lane College brings the offense to the line. Lambuth spreads out the defensive unit. 1st and 10. Ball is marked at the 48-yard line. The yard marker over there is incorrect. That's the 48-yard line. Motion in the backfield. Reginald Hughes. Again, Williamson forces him out of the pocket. Now he's going for all the marbles. He's got a man there.
Incomplete.
Incomplete. And flags fly, and I don't believe that one either.
I knew it.
Everybody in the stands knew they had to go deep.
Except the flag is down at the goal line down there. And it looked like an awful late flag to me. Again, I'm not on the referee's back, but let's throw it when it happens.
He reared back and threw it, didn't he?
Well, he got some real good blocking, too, if you notice. 14 was all over him, but he finally got knocked down.
It appeared to me that the contact was after the ball had hit the ground, and that may not be the call in the first place as they're bringing the ball back up here.
Well, I
The
think
pass was incomplete.
if I'm correct, the defender has to be looking toward the ball, and the Lambuth College defender had his back turned to the ball, and that's pass interference.
Oh, okay.
That's called face guarding. Am I correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
But in college football, that's a 15-yard penalty. That's going to put the ball at the 35.
Okay, so the penalty is for face guarding rather than pass interference, and again, with the officials on the spot can call the plays a whole lot better than we can from up here. But
well, it was obvious that the Lambuth defender was face guarding.
There's no doubt about that. But I thought the flag was thrown about 10 seconds after the play occurred.
Well, the official has slow
That's
reflex.
true. That's true. Got a golf ball stuck in his pocket. Anyway, we don't officiate. We just try to call the ball game. Let's see what happens now. 20 seconds and counting. Flag in the backfield. Motion on number 3. It looks like they go deep again to Fox. He's got it. He waltzes in for the touchdown, but this one's going to be brought back, I'm sure. You see the official pointing across the field at Reginald Hughes. And again, Mike Singleton pointed out in the headset that he turned upfield about a half a beat too quick.
But Jim, Lambuth has got to know that they got to go deep with 20 seconds on the clock. I don't understand why they're not back there defending the pass, but
I can't understand it. Everybody knows what they got to do.
I mean, I don't mean to be critical, but that's critical.
D-base, go back.
Well, that's true. Hey, you're absolutely right. That's twice in a row, and with 10 seconds left on the clock, you can bet your bottom dollar they're going there again. Mike Singleton says they're getting outrun, and that could very well be the case. These guys from Lane are extremely quick.
You don't get outrun with 10 seconds. You get back as far as you can and defend.
And let them come to you.
And evidently, they're not going to outrun Michael Fox, so you might as well back her up 10 yards and stay with it.
Yeah, Tony Fox, number 1, has been the guy they've gone to. He is lined up in the slot left over there now. Jefferson throws, caught at the 15-yard line. Is complete there. 3 seconds left on the clock, and I think they got a timeout left, haven't they? They do, in fact, have a timeout left, and I believe Lambuth lining back up. Jefferson steps back under. Clock is running. Snap gets away. Jefferson rolls. The horn blows. They throw. Knocked down by Lambuth College. The ball game ends right there, and Lambuth has done it. 26-19. They take their first win of the year and beat Lane College for the first time, and I don't know when.
In 3 years.
And a valiant effort by Lane College as they had to put it 80 yards down the field with about 2 minutes and some odd seconds left to go, and they almost did it.
Well, basically, they did it twice.
That's
Penalties
true.
Brought it back.
That's true. Penalties again jumped up. Tom has both of the coaches on the field now. There you see the score, 26-19.
Bingo.
If we can hold it here for just a minute, Jimmy, we'll get the interviews from the field level. Let's go down to Tom and go for it now.
Okay, here's our interview with both coaches. And Jim, I know you're thrilled to finally get one on the win column, and that was an excellent way to end the game, wasn't it?
I'll tell you, that was just about like last year, and we were really lucky to come out on top. Boy, I tell you, this game is turning into a really good rival for the town and both schools. We're really fortunate because I guarantee you, Lane, Coach McCall do a good job, and real fortunate to win today.
Neil, your comments.
Well, Jim, they did a very fine job. First of all, they won the ball game more than we did. And I think that was the difference in the ball game. That they wanted it, and we act like we wanted it at time, but we didn't want it the whole 4 quarters. We showed tremendous offense punches at one time. Our defense did not play very well. They got too many yards on the ground. They kept ball possession on us, and I think Jim and his staff did a real fine job. And this is turning into one of the Jackson Classics, and we just got to go back and get serious about football at Lane College.
Hey, whatever you did at halftime worked, huh?
Well, we just felt like we had to come out second half and really get after it. And we had a few good things happen for us, and we took advantage of it. And like I said, we were fortunate to win. Boy, I guarantee you this series is a tight series, and it'll be a tight series on down the line.
Nothing like the first one. What happens next week?
Well, I guarantee you this win will hopefully get our kids motivated, and I guarantee you we're going to get ready for, gosh, I can't, Millsaps down in Jackson, Mississippi, and we're going to be ready for them, I guarantee. Thank you.
And Neil, what about you? Can you bounce back?
Well, next week we got one of the probably best football team on our staff, on our schedule. We go to Searcy, Arkansas, and play Harding College. They're 3-0 right now. They're NAIA. I think they're ranked about the top 10 in the NAIA Division II schools. They got a fine football program, and we're going to try to just try to suck it in and bounce right back.
Neil, thanks for giving us an exciting game to watch here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Neil McCall, those are the coaches. Back with our players of the game in just a moment.
Okay, thank you, Tom, and we're in our post-game show, and we'll be presenting the trophies to the players of the game. The post-game show brought to you by Tom Lullers, your office outfitters on the Highway 45 bypass. Let's hear from Tom Lullers, and we'll come back and wrap it up for you. I'll tell you, let's keep it here. I hear a voice in my ear. Let's go to the stats first, and then we'll go hear a word from Lullers.
Lane College rushed the ball 36 times for 88 yards. They threw 37 times, completed 12 for 282 yards. They were penalized 19 times for 147. Total yards, 370. Lambuth College rushed the ball 44 times for 111 yards. They threw 19 times, completed 7 for 104 yards, had 1 intercepted. They were penalized 11 times for 138 yards, total offense 215 yards, and a win 26-19 in their first.
Absolutely. First of the year, they are 1-4 now. Lane will go to 1-3-1, and we'll come back and present our trophies to the players of the game and wrap it up for real for you after this word from Tom Lullers.
Olympus announces the new Pearl Quarter S804, now available at Tom Lullers Incorporated. Olympus is the largest manufacturer of handheld dictating machines, and the S804 makes dictating a snap anywhere, anytime. Ease of operation is facilitated with a single slide switch, digital counter, 2-speed taping, and high-low microphone sensitivity.
Dear Mr. Greenwood, this letter follows our phone conversation of this date.
The Olympus Pearl Quarter S804 is available from Tom Lullers Incorporated.
Rodney Easley is our Lane College Village Inn player of the game, and congratulations on an outstanding game. I know it hurts to lose a little bit, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, yes, sir.
We have Dr. Thomas Boyd here, who has the trophy, as he's going to present to each
winning player today, and I know you have some special comments to make for him, considering the fact that he was on the losing team at your field.
Rodney, you played a great game today, and you could tell by everyone's response in the stands, and this is just a small token of our appreciation for a great game played, Rodney.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any thoughts on the game now that it's over?
Well, just, you know, offense couldn't get it in, and defense couldn't hold them too well.
Rodney, where are you from? Where's your hometown?
I'm from Trenton, Tennessee.
Trenton. And what about your class? What are you this year?
I'm a junior at Lane, and my major is business finance. My minor is mathematics.
We'll see you next year out here, won't we?
Okay.
Right,
yes, sir.
Congratulations. Right. And our Lambuth player of the game is Jeff Brannon, who made some great interceptions on defense. And Jeff, Dr. Boyd has a trophy for you from Village Inn and an announcement.
Jeff, this game means as much to me as anything I've seen in the last 15 years, and it's a special day for me and a special day for Lambuth, and I'm pleased to give this to you as the player of the game. Great job, Jeff.
I know it's an emotional moment because it's been hard getting wins here at Lambuth, but this has got to be a thriller, isn't it, Jeff?
This is the fastest team we've ever played. That and it being at home in Lane's cross town, it's nothing else this year could replace it.
But you stayed with them and you had 2 big interceptions, and nobody, I don't suppose, thought you could do it, but the Lambuth Eagles must have thought they could.
Probably maybe 65 people in blue shirts.
What happened at halftime to turn this thing around from a tie game?
Coach Harder yelled at us a little bit. A few words of encouragement.
But you listened and you responded and you wanted it badly, like Coach McCall said. He thought you guys wanted it more than his Dragons did.
Well, especially being the first win, Coach Harder came in, and it meant a lot to him, and he sort of conveyed that to us, and we realized it was something special.
And for Dr. Boyd, too, being installed today as president of Lambuth College, it's a big moment, and you're played a large role in it. Congratulations for it.
Sir.
Okay, our players, Jeff Brannon and Rodney Easley, our Village Inn players of the game. Jimmy?
Okay, thank you, Tom, and it's about time to wrap this one up high, and there's not a whole lot we can say. 26-19, the final score. Lambuth puts their first one in the win column. Lane goes to 1-3-1, as we said, and both of them move on to away games next week. From the Lane side of the field, I think you'd have to say that the penalties at the wrong time, and even the penalties, if there is a right time, really hurt them today. They just couldn't get any momentum going without shooting themselves in the foot.
Well, the penalties definitely hurt, but they hurt both teams, Jim. Both teams made a lot of mistakes. I think both coaches were real graceful toward each other at the end of the game. It was a good win for Lambuth, a hard loss for Lane. You know, what more can you say?
It was a hard-fought ball game, as you said, on both sides of the football, and hope we didn't sound too critical of the officials, but sometimes we get caught up in the heat of it just like the normal fan does, and you tend to say some things.
Are used to that. That's what they're there for.
That's true. They have a good look at it, and they do a good job from week to week.
They do.
We're going to take a week off next week, and the following week we'll be back at University School, I believe, with Chester County or Gibson County. Look in your local listings for that, and we'll see you back then. For Mike Singleton, for Tom Mates, for High Sailors, I'm Jimmy Duke, and for the entire TRTV crew, good night, everybody.